Hey, it's Pinky Gray. Thanks for joining tonight. Appreciate it. Hey, gang. Pinky Gray has joined us. You know who Pinky Gray is. I'm gearing up for the Philippines. Yeah, you're first up. Hey, I hope you guys can hear me okay. Today we're going to be talking about the dynamics of a Filipina-Foreigner relationship and other bedtime stories. Yeah, let's talk about those dynamics. You guys, hey, feel free, Pinky Gray, to go ahead and drop your link anytime. Same for the rest of you. We're all family here. All right, let's see. Pinky Gray is first up, and I got Lazy Larry. How are you, Lazy? Hey, we missed Chris tonight. What happened to Chris? Huh? Don't know. I miss it when he doesn't show up to a live stream. And we're a very welcoming group here, Pinky Gray. This is the crew. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. I think the majority of my viewers are, they have yet to subscribe to the channel. I'm doing fine, Pinky Gray. It's nice to see you here. I really enjoy your channel. You know, I rock out in it. Love the music. Love the vibe. Fantastic. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Absolutely adore it. You guys need to go and Pinky Gray is on, I think, just about every single day for hours and hours. I don't know how she keeps it going. I really don't. Let me see what I got here. Let me paste the StreamYard in here. I still haven't quite figured out how to pin it. Sammy says I got to go to my YouTube on my phone and pin it. Let me see if I could do that. Yeah, see, I just messed it up, I'm sure. Larry says hi, Sammy. Yeah, so I got to thinking this past couple of days about the power of money. You know, when a foreigner goes over to the Philippines and they hook up and they start a relationship with the young lady over there, you know, I just started thinking about the power that they could have in the relationship due to, you know, the money that's involved. You know, you're basically, the story has been for a lot of foreigners that I've been talking to, the story has been that they go over there and the Filipinos, they're seeking security and long-term relationships. Hey, how's it going, Billy? Nice to see you. You like the hat? This is going to be my go-to hat once we start traveling around, starting in Thailand. We'll see how far we can go, you know. We'll see if we can make our way all the way down south until we hit the Philippines. That'll be fun. We're going to try it. Going to see how far we can go until the money runs out. That's really what the topic is. The topic is if you guys feel like there's an imbalance in relationships when a foreigner, Westerner goes over to the Philippines and starts a relationship with the Filipina. Now, the Philippines, it's industrializing pretty quickly, and YouTube and other platforms, as I've said in other streams, it's opening up opportunity for all kinds of adventure and money-making opportunities. Oh, thanks, Lazy Larry. I was really worried about that because I was having problems with my audio because I'm not using the big mic because I've got it all packed away. Getting ready to head over to the Philippines in a Balik Bayan box. Thank you so much, Pinky Gray. I truly appreciate you. I'm a member. I like Pinky Gray's channel so much. I am a member, bona fide. That's how much I like the channel. So, yeah, Chris must have slept in. Yeah, absolutely. Chris and Cebu, if you guys, I know Sammy's been over there. I've seen him over there. Yeah, definitely. So, oh, there you go. There's my StreamYard. Okay, who do we have first up? Oh, Sammy. Sammy Chavez, the perfect person to come up on the panel and discuss the stories of woe. Yes. Yeah, you're in charge of the sound effects, Sammy. You're in charge of the sound effects.
You are not one of my member, my gulay.
Oh, no kidding. Hey, tell us about your story. Don't you have a story of woe about some foreigner coming over there and meeting you and then wanting to throw all that money around and make the relationship very, very difficult thing,
Oh
knowing
my.
that they have
Once
all the
upon a
power in the
time,
world?
once upon a time I met a foreigner like that.
Boy, yoing.
Yeah, Ria May, Kuya Larry, Jisa, Miguel shout out to Pinky, Gray, Miguel shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, to Kuya Dance.
Jessa's here. Thank you so much, Jessa. I have
Um
so many lovely people showing up here. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Ay, kung
Yeah,
makamam naman si Pinky Gray.
yeah,
Bakla
Pinky.
po ako. Ma'am Pinky Gray, I'm bakla, you know.
Yeah, we all love it. And the A team. She's a member of the A team. They're showing up today.
Mm-hmm.
Jessa, too. Absolutely. Hello. We welcome you. Reme, what do you say? What's it going to be today?
Anyway, Kuya, before we are going to continue what do you call this one?
Yeah,
Do I have echo there?
say it again.
I have an echo there or not?
No, no, there's no echo.
Ah,
Did
okay,
you
okay.
say did you say echo or eco?
Echo.
You're
Echo.
supposed to, yeah, you're in charge of the laugh track too, aren't you, Sammy?
Yeah.
You got
My good.
you gotta find that live track, that laugh track. I mean,
Where is your V8?
what
You
is
wasn't
what?
you wasn't use your V8?
No, no. I got it all packed away.
Oh, okay.
I got it all packed away. No, I couldn't get it to work with. I couldn't get it to work with Windows 11. I don't
Wow.
know why. I really don't know why. I couldn't get it to work.
I will I
I'm
will
a
show
big
my poker face joke.
yeah, I'm a beginner, I'm a beginner when it comes to this stuff, and I just decided I'm packing everything away. I'm not going to mix sound. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just going to talk.
Oh my
I'm
god.
going to talk until people start dropping off. Oh, look, I've already accomplished that. They're already starting to drop off. Oh, Ray May says Larry's going to be fine. Just got a bit more stressful these days. How are you doing? Isn't that the truth? A lot of stress going around. You know what I say when you have stressful moments, right? You head over to Mickey D's or Jollibee, grab the Big Mac, the really big one, and wolf
Uh-huh.
that bad boy down. That's comfort food. Next thing you know, everything is fine in the world, you know? Tell us your story, though. You said you ran into a foreigner, right, Sammy?
What, kuya? Pardon,
Did,
please?
yeah, we were talking about foreigners and money and control. That's what we were talking about.
Oh my gulay. No one can control me, kuya.
Oh, wait. I heard you like being controlled. Is that true?
What?
That's the rumor going around that you liked being controlled. Joke.
I'm controlling my own life, you know.
Oh, yeah. You're the one in control. That's right. Yeah. When you got something that somebody else wants, then you're the one that's in control. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm. And my experience about dating a foreigner, kuya, before, and yeah, and there's a lot of foreigner messaging me something like that, offering their money to to show all my body, something like this, and then I wasn't allow them to do that to me because first of all I respect myself, so yeah, I deserve being respect too as well, right?
Good
Because
for you.
yeah, because even I am like this, I still respect myself, and then and I won't allow any people that what do you call this, disrespect me. You can see that in my post, kuya, my gulay. Yeah, no douchebag can ruin me, my gulay.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, and then there's yeah, to be honest, kuya, there's a lot of my friend would like to meet me, especially my friend in YouTube. They would like to meet me this coming yeah, maybe they are start coming in June. Yeah.
Okay, so money isn't going to change who you are from. I mean, the idea is that I mean,
Um
money can be sexy at times, can it? It could be sort of like, alluring. You could fall in love with the person who's got the money easily, can't you?
yeah, to be honest, kuya, that's depend of the person. If the what do you call it, if the money went to their personality, money can change to them. Because I know a lot of I know a lot of Filipino or Filipina is doing like that, and I'm not saying that all. I know some. I know some, and yeah, after all after they got money, they have money, and they have a partner that a foreigner that have a money, they change their attitude, their how they treat people, something like this, because they are a little bit a higher level in we can say that second grade, second grade of life. So
Hey,
yeah, they
real quick, I wanted to say hello and thanks for joining us, Sally Ram Gamer. Appreciate it.
Salaram Gray, gamer, mega love
Hey,
shout out to you.
was that one of your people? Is that one of your subscribers, Sammy? Sally Ram
uh,
Gamer?
Nope, maybe. Yeah, nope, maybe. Wait, kuya. Yeah. Continue talking there. I'm going to share this into my community. I
Oh,
forgot.
very good. All right.
I forgot my gulay.
You better share. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Larry says, Ray, I'm enjoying my weekend today. I'm just staying home and playing on the computer. Well, we certainly thank you for joining us, Larry. And for all those that are new here, Lazy Larry isn't lazy. We need to throw that right out there. We know you're curious about that. Why he calls himself Lazy Larry? Just head over to Lazy Larry's YouTube channel, and the story is all on there on YouTube. Submissive spotted. Yes. Listen, I've had some interesting conversations with people, even American women um, over some of their likes and dislikes when the man tries to control them economically, you know. So I mean, we've got this problem in this country. And I'm just wondering, you think that maybe Westerners are transplanting themselves to the Philippines so that they can continue their uh, their silly reindeer games, because it no longer works in the country that they're from, and so they want to go over to the Philippines and they want to. But see, here's the whole thing: if you haven't been over to the Philippines in a while, and a lot of people haven't because of COVID, then they don't know how quickly the Philippines is changing. Becoming more westernized and industrializing very, very quickly. And so that means a lot of people are working. A lot of people still aren't working, but a lot of folks are. So 50 Shades of Gray. Yeah, that's sort of where I was going, pinky gray with that. But then I thought, well, maybe that's not too appropriate, especially when my wife is over there somewhere watching the live stream. So anyway, yeah, what games are you playing, Lazy Larry? We would like to know. Are you playing silly reindeer games? Uh, Rame, I have four sisters, three of them are older, plus my mother. In other words, I know better than to argue with a woman. Oh, you are well trained, my friend. Larry is very, very well trained. You would make a good mate for somebody. I don't believe, Larry, that we have ever gotten to any kind of discussion about your relationships. I don't think so. I don't know. I wouldn't know if you've been married before, divorced, single, have children, and it would be interesting if you would just share it here live on Dan's retirement journey. So Ray May says, Pinky Gray. Oh man, you listen, my Visayan or it's a little rough, It's a little rough. My brain starts to explode when I try to translate. Oh, oh, there you go. Sally Ram is a friend. And Larry says, Ray, am I playing is just watching videos and TV shows, and I'm also trying to figure out what I should do for my next video. Yay! There's gonna be a next video from Lazy Larry. I'm so thrilled. I couldn't sleep last night because I was thinking about Lazy Larry. Is he gonna post another one? I gotta go in and take a look to see if he's posted. Yeah. Hey, Sammy, is your mic on? I see your lips moving, but I don't hear any words coming out.
Kuya, I'm talking to my boyfriend. Wait.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Yes. Well, why don't you keep the mic on and share your intimate details of your relationship? Caught in the act. In the act. Yes, indeed. Oh, thank you. Yeah, shout out. Pinky Gray says hi, Minnie. I'm not sure if she's working, packing up those boxes, getting ready to ship them out. So we have deodorant, toothpaste, and green soap when we arrive in the Philippines. Oh, okay. You've never been married. Well, it's about time, Lazy Larry. It's about time. The female population awaits your attention in the Philippines. He says no, never. Laura, how's it going? Hey, Sammy, are you still talking to your boyfriend?
He just wake up because
Lo-
kuya, he changed his time to my time too as well.
oh,
He's
that's
the
nice.
he's the one he's the one who adjusting my time, my gulay. And
Whoa.
I go to sleep, he's going to sleep. Yeah. He make his night morning because
I,
morning here was the
I
time,
will bet
right?
you I will bet you there's a lot of adjusting going on right there, Sammy.
And then he just woke up. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, how sweet, Sammy. Pinky gray. Ew.
Hey, by the way, I just wanted Laura here. She was the one that she's the one that I referred to as wife number two. Laura here
What?
is from Cebu. Yeah, she's from Cebu, and she spent my wife and her spent the day, doing Starbucks, going to the mall. My wife came home with uh, big bags of stuff. I don't even know what's inside there, so I try not to get involved. I try
Leia
not to get involved.
Monica, he's there.
Yeah, how sweet it is. I'm a little jealous. Yes, I've been married,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
16 years. I mean, it's a pretty romantic story. Yeah.
But you're still looking a second wife, right?
Yeah, but I sort of have my eyes on Laura, as a second wife. So we'll have to see how that works out. I thought in the Philippines you guys were allowed to have two wives if you could afford them. No?
Right.
Everybody keeps telling me no, to keep my eyes focused on my wife.
How
And
about
only
yours?
my wife, number one.
My pinky.
Yeah. Where's the province here in the Philippines for Oh, my wife is from Bye Bye City Leyte. And so some of the videos I posted shows some of the devastation that the city has endured um, this past couple of months. Just one calamity after another, the earthquake and Odette, and then this latest floods, and it's been horrible, absolutely horrible. Yes, indeed. Laura, Lazy Larry says hello. She says hi back. As usual, I'm following. Yeah, we're shopping all day. Yeah, we know how you are. Listen, my wife has taken total and complete. Um, I would say that she's adapted very well to the way we do business here in the United States. But she's looking forward to getting home. And I know I talked to Laura here today, and Laura's also told me that there's nothing better than going back home to the Philippines to spend your golden years, your retirement years. So anyway, we'll have to see how all that works out. Oh, sure, sure, sure. Sure. You say it now, Laura. You say you want to become wife number two, but will it happen? That's the question. Will it happen? Second wife, yeah, like Overstreet Road. So my wife will or Overstay Road, Marco. So my wife and I will actually watch Overstay Road together. And we're always talking about, does he have a new wife number two, or when's he getting a wife number three? It's pretty funny. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. So it's true that Laura wants to return home. Hey, Dodger Blue has joined us in the chat. Dodger Blue, you shared some things, and I truly appreciate you, man. One thing about you is you're definitely one of the most honest, compassionate, uh, truthfully speaking people that I've ever met. I think we have something in common. I was going to talk to you about it later. Didn't the guy that used to be the executive director or the city manager, didn't he? Wasn't he also the executive, the county executive here in Sacramento? I'm just curious about that. Yeah. So anyway, Larry says hi, Dodger Blue, and Pinky says hello to Laura. Everybody's very welcoming in the chat today. Oh, so Minnie, Minnie gave up money, huh? Minnie bought, it was Minnie's turn to buy for the Starbucks. Yeah. Anyway, all I know is she came home with a smile on her face, but she wasn't talking. How'd everything go, honey? I asked her 2 or 3 times. She just had a smile on her face. Don't know what's going on or what kind of relationship you really have with her, Laura.
Cebuana in Florida. Hello there. Mega love shout out.
Yeah, so I would say that we've known Laura for, gosh, many, many, many different, many years, at least 10 or 15. I don't know how long, but a long time. So, the Filipinas, they find each other. I don't know how. It's like they have Filipina radar. Next thing you know, they're going to parties together, having people over and sharing stories and chismes and eating pork and lechon and all that other stuff that Filipinos in general do. Oh, you're tired of working. It's time, man. It's time. Hey, but you have all the money in the world. So, I mean, here's two Filipino success stories. That's Laura and my wife. My wife mostly has saved every penny that she has ever made. And so, like I said, I've talked about it here before, it's an amazing story. But now that the house is built and the land's been bought, there are only a few things to go. She's been out there really, really enjoying her life. And I don't interfere with that. You know what I mean? The old man does not interfere with that. No way. So, but I was going to talk about how alluring it is for some people, when they meet somebody that is able to shower them with money and gifts and make them feel very, very secure in the relationship. I will tell you, there's one thing very puzzling to me. It kind of is a little bit disturbing, and that is that it has to do really with foreigners going over there, and what we call here in the States, we call it shacking up with somebody, and then they never marry them. And then, in the States here, for example, we have a lot of benefits to being married. And so they don't marry them, and then they end up dying, and then the wife is, or the partner is stuck there trying to figure out how they're going to bury, you know, their former mate. How are they going to bury him? Never talked about it, never discussed, how they wanted it to go, never told them where the money was. And so I kind of started thinking about that. I just wonder if it also spoils existing relationships over there in the Philippines. In other words, when a foreigner comes along, unknowingly hooks up with a married woman. And you know how Filipino law is. You can't be doing that. That's adultery. You can't be doing that. They're very, very strict about stuff like that. You cannot shack up with someone else's woman. That is not allowed. But hey, here in the West, they do that kind of stuff all the time. They can't kill you if you end up sleeping with somebody else's partner, somebody else's spouse, somebody else's husband or wife. They're not allowed to kill you. Although, they have like a thing, it's called in the heat of passion, but you still end up going to jail if you cause harm to somebody because you get angry. And in the heat of passion, you slit their throat. Ooh, man, I didn't know I was going to get that graphic. Yeah. Larry, oh, State Department. Ray May would like to know, you take part in making policies, or am I on the wrong page? Hey, by the way, Ray May, I was thinking about you just today. So I told you it's a good idea to keep all your research that you're doing for that bachelor's degree, because when you go to graduate school, and I know you will because you're smart, when you go to grad school, you use all that research as the literature review. I think I said the historical something. It's the literature review. You just rehash it. See, the purpose of the thesis is they want you to rehash all that you learned while you're in the program. When you're in the master's program, that becomes like the first chapter of your thesis. And so that's why I was bringing it up. I just wanted to make sure that I clarified that. Robert, hey, you're not coming up on the panel today because someone was talking about you. Someone actually asked me, they were saying, who's the cool dude sitting in that comfortable chair with the cigarette? That dude is cool. And so you ought to come up here and and let's talk about it.
Yes,
Display,
indeed. Robert, come up.
yeah, display your coolness, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's your
He's
internet holding up, Sammy?
what kaya?
How's your internet?
I'm good.
Is it
Pretty good
good?
kaya.
Okay. Why are you
Yeah, pretty.
hiding from me? Why are you hiding from me behind your sexy picture?
You know already kuya. I'm still talking to my boyfriend.
Um, I thought you sent him on his way. I thought you
What
said
kaya?
he was already sleeping.
And you mentioned in last night into my live stream that yeah Cici say that you are looking for second wife. I'm looking for a second boyfriend. My goodness. Joke. Oh dear.
Oh my goodness.
Give a second done getting my coffee done. Okay. Oh, it's evening there and then you're taking coffee. Are you sure Robert you can sleep on that? My gulay Robert.
Oh,
Rhea may
Cebuana in Florida has joined us. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Sammy, by the way, should I tell everyone that your birthday is coming up in a few days? What would you like for your birthday? Joke? Cash is king in the Philippines. Cash is
anything anything especially if it's from the bottom of their heart if they like
That's
to
right.
give.
Well, you know what? You should drop your PayPal link there. You should drop
Oh my
your
goodness, no kuya, no.
no, you should drop all your links. Everybody should. If you got a link, put it down there. I'm
No
saying I'm
kuya,
too
no.
lazy. I'm too lazy. I'm not tech savvy enough to figure all this stuff out yet. I know people have pages. They bring them up before a live stream, and then they paste and click, and they paste and click. They're doing that all through the live stream. I can barely walk and chew gum at the same time. That is the God's honest truth.
Thank
I
you so
can
much
barely
kuya.
do it. You know, Sammy, look, is carrying on a conversation with me. He's carrying on a conversation with the boyfriend, and he's probably doing homework. Who knows? Probably doing homework, sitting there, 4 or 5 different things at one time.
And
I
then
used to be like that.
I just
Yeah,
came in kuya because I'm looking a pig. You know already that in my panel, right? That I'm
yeah.
looking a pig and then my dad have a friend that yeah he contact that friend that buy and sell a pig and then I told him that if I can buy if maybe a 35 kilo pig so we can make it lechon. So because that's only I can afford at the moment.
Wow. Well, lechon is so yummy. It is so
Yeah.
yummy.
Shopauli, make a love shout out Shopauli. Ah, Dodger Blue, make a love shout out. Sorry, I wasn't shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is Robert? Robert doesn't make yet
No, no. Robert, he can be shy at times.
I
I
don't
wish.
think so because he said that he's more confident now than before. Yeah.
Well,
I broke his virginity in YouTube.
well, well, you helped me out. You've helped me out so much that well, it ought to be called the Sammy Show. That's what I think about it. Uh, Cebuana in Florida says hello, Lazy Larry. I just noticed you were there, but Sammy knew you were there. Fireside chat with Robert. We could have Lazy Larry join in as well. That is great, Dodger Blue. I could totally picture that. I miss the fireside chats. Oh, Chopal Lee is here. Hey, how are you? Yeah, you made a comment about how hard it was to watch one of those videos, and I truly appreciate you making the comments. I actually had trouble. I love the people of Bye Bye Late so much, and I have trouble doing that video because I just keep thinking about all the horrific things that happened, and there's so much stuff circulating on Facebook, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean,
I
it,
drop your StreamYard link, kuya. If Robert doesn't see the StreamYard link. Or
the
anyone would like to come up here in the panel, I'm free to come up here. Ay. Hello, Robert.
Hello, hello, hello.
Howdy. Wow, this is like a full-time job for you now. Being the you remember that show Hollywood Squares? You know, you're like Robert, you're like becoming the center square, dude. Yeah. Hey, listen, their paychecks don't bounce. Their paychecks don't bounce, my friend.
Yeah.
That's good work if you can get it, you know? Oh man, oh man. I'm
Good
so
day.
happy so many people have showed up today. I really
Good
appreciate it.
day to you. Good day to you, Dan. Hey,
Hey,
Sammy.
yeah, I really enjoyed the joining Sammy on his live yesterday. You know, I thought that was great. Sean, Sean, he's like a brainiac. You know, it's hard to keep up with him. It's hard to keep up with him because like he'll get going. You know, he'll get going, and then I don't know. I don't ever want to stop him. You know, he's one of the best storytellers that I have ever met.
Yeah,
You
Sean
know,
is something else. Yeah, he
he's
is.
something else. He should do trucker cam, and then he should tell his stories of his life while he's driving down the road. You know, like I've seen some of his live streams where he sits. Usually, it's happening when he's stationary. He's either in the Motel Six or oh joke. I know that he doesn't stay in the Motel Six, but I'm just saying he's usually in the motel behind the desk with his laptop, or he's getting ready to bed down in his truck. The thing is that it would be great, fantastic, number one YouTube channel if he could tell all his stories, about music and life as he's trucking down the road. But I know it's easy to say because it takes a lot of concentration to drive, you know. I mean, you're
Yeah.
driving, you got this huge truck. You know, you got little tiny Toyota Corollas like the car I drive in front of you, you know. Accidents happen. You have to concentrate. Yeah. Let's see. Laser says Dodger Blue have no clue how to join a live stream. And you know what? I hardly have a clue either, but I think it has something to do with this. I'm pasting the did I do that right? Did it show up anywhere?
I message Kuya, what do you call this one, Kuya Dance? I message Kuya Sean if he still wake up,
Yeah.
and he will come if he still wake up.
I thought I put it in here somewhere in the stream,
Oh, it's
but
there.
no.
I hit the link. I hit the link, Dan. It's there.
What?
I
Oh,
hit the link.
you put the
I
link
hit the
in?
link. I hit the link and it took me to you.
Oh, okay. All righty.
I mean, this is all
Hello,
stuff. This is all
Papali.
stuff people within Facebook taught me, and I'm learning too. So I know how to hit all the links and
Uh,
silence this and silence that, so I don't get feedback. And
hey, I gotta ask Lazy Larry a question here while he's up because he's saying hi to Chopali, and I was just thinking of something. You know, Chris yesterday on Chris and Sabu, he was talking about his favorite Chopal is some chocolate concoction or something like that. This dessert Chopal, and I was thinking to myself, huh, huh, chocolate, chocolate, a chocolate bun. I don't know. I was thinking that. Oh, somebody almost made it. I saw a ghost appear on my screen. So somebody is trying to get on board here, but I think that probably was Lazy Larry. Why don't you try? Why don't you try clicking that link again, and I'll catch it, Lazy Larry. I just saw you for a second. It was like you faded out. It was like you were the invisible man. You know, you were there, and the next thing you weren't there. Yeah. Anyway, so I was talking about Chopal. Oh, there it is, huh? Talking about chocolate stuffed Chopal, and when he said it, I was like, would that taste good, or would that? I mean, I like Chopal from what's it called? Chow King. Chow King. But I was there the other day. I didn't see any chocolate center. It's not a Tootsie Roll, it's not a Tootsie Pop. Oh, good. I'm glad. Anytime you want, Remy. I am. listen, I did my thesis in only, I think, a month and a half. I finished all my coursework and bam, slapped that bad boy out. Walked into my professor's office, slapped that thing down there, and he goes, "What's that?" I go, "That's my paperwork." "That's impossible, Dan." He thumbed through it. He thumbed through it. He said, "Oh my gosh, you have a degree, my friend." Signed off. Boom. Here he is. Hey, you look like you're in a dungeon somewhere there, Lazy Larry. I'm not sure.
Hey,
Lazy Larry
Yeah,
is.
I'm still trying to get the picture up. Give me a minute.
Oh, well, you're doing good, man. You're here. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, Kuya Larry, you missed the fun stream last night.
We had a blast. I joined in the last hour or so, but we had a blast.
All right. Yeah, I guess you can see me now.
Yeah.
I just got up. So now you can see I actually am an old man. I do have
You're
the
a
light
handsome
skin
devil,
whiskers.
though.
If I grow a full beard, I do look like Santa Claus.
This is a handsome looking group of dudes up here, and dudettes.
I make you guys look good, okay?
Dr. Blue says, shout out and happy early birthday, Sammy.
Right now though, for some reason I can't see the questions.
Oh, you can't. I don't know why that would be. Anyway, at least we're not getting. Oh, he disappeared.
I think he accidentally cut himself off, probably.
Yeah. Try it again, Lazy Larry. You're doing good. We didn't get an echo or feedback or anything. And first time I tried to live stream, oh my goodness, I was so embarrassed. But hey, it's a learning curve. Everybody has to go through it.
Yeah, I had to learn too. I mean, I think I was on one of your streams, Dan, and I cut myself off like two or three times accidentally.
Really? Oh, he's back. Okay. Don't touch any buttons now, Lazy Larry.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how I
leave
get
the buttons alone.
the questions back up on my screen. I don't have it.
So Ray May says, Larry, what was it like arguing with women? You probably already have some strategy.
I went to a different page. I've got it up now.
You have it up? Sammy, when I said you have it up,
when you're wrong and ask for forgiveness.
You're supposed to do the boing. Sammy, you were supposed to do the boing sound effect. You're too busy. You're still too busy. I could see stars in your eyes, even through the TV set here. You're doing too many things at one time.
Oh my
goodness. Sammy, thanks for the shout out.
My pleasure, Shupal.
Larry, fortunately for everyone, I don't know how to do it either. I will only bring down the looks of the panel. That's my line. If you ask Sammy, I said, "Oh, I don't know if I want to try again, Sammy. I don't want to mess up your live stream." Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
Sammy, a question.
And now look, we're blasting microwaves all across the country, all over the world, from sea to shining sea. Everybody can see us that wants to take a look, and they're running like hell. Oh man! Now you're saying you've never been married, Larry?
No, I've never been married. I lived with a couple women, but I was never married.
Okay, so that's the way to do it, right there. Yeah, the time. Let's see. You grew up. You weren't a hippie, were you?
I was a yippie.
You were a hippie. Yeah. So you shacked up. What did they call it back in the day?
Well, you were shacking up, or you were living together. It depends on the people you were talking to. We also had what we would call friends with benefits. I'm sure you all know what I'm saying about that. Hey, what can I say? I grew up I was born in the 50s, grew up in the 60s and 70s, and it was a different time frame. And
yeah.
And so, yeah.
Very true.
And I was a whole lot thinner, and I had a lot more hair.
Mutually Benefit Corporation.
Yeah, it was beneficial to both parties.
Hey, Laura says happy birthday, Sammy. I'm sure she's going to send you a gift.
Lay Amodia, thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure she's sending it over to your PayPal right now. I'm almost sure of it.
I wasn't drop my people, kuya, my gulay. I'm
Hey,
so
I
sure.
keep telling you, if you want a birthday present, you got to drop your PayPal in there.
You know that's not the way Sammy is, Dan. You know that.
Yeah, I know. Sammy is shy. That's
No,
why.
no,
That's
it's
what.
not shy. Sammy's the type of person that all streamers should be like.
All right.
That
Well,
she doesn't.
If you go over to Sammy Chava's YouTube channel, and you're going to see the link anyway. It's in there. You have to search for it, but it's there.
Yeah, you can see in my homepage, in my
Yeah.
about section, you can find it there. Yeah,
Hey man,
and
you also have Patreon account. And you got
yeah,
membership thing. You
that's
got
the
it
three.
happening.
Yeah, and I have
Raymond
two
says,
members there.
yeah.
Yeah, I have two members there. I'm thankful to them. One is Robert. Robert is one of my members there, and he's my member of my channel as well. My gulay, double impact.
Hey, Robert, you do look pretty cool, dude. So I could see what that person was referring to. Larry looks really handsome and debonair, also. So
My gulay.
yeah.
Kuya Dan, be careful, Kuya Dan. I will be full in love to Robert. My gulay can be my second boyfriend.
I look debonair in a t-shirt, huh?
You look
Joe.
you're a handsome dude.
No, I'm a fat old man. That's what I am.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
I believe in
I'm
honesty.
falling behind in the stream here. Everybody's having a good time. I don't want to get out of sync because what happens if somebody answers a question from 3 or 4 things ago, questions ago, and then I get all mixed up. Sammy says Kuya Larry missed the fun stream last. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm way behind here.
Well, oh, sorry about
And
that, Sammy.
Shopal Lee now knows what you look like. So hey, here's the thing: you ever run into each other? I don't know. It could
Uh,
get ugly. I don't know.
She
It's
lives, I believe,
Shopal
Shopal,
Lee.
don't you live in Colorado?
Well, it could happen.
Well, I
I
live in
thought
New
she's
York. It's a
isn't
little
she?
bit of a distance.
Yeah, isn't she in Florida? I'm all mixed up.
No, I think Chopal's in Colorado. I was thinking.
Shopal, where you live? We're gonna come hunt you down. Yes, very distinguished looking. Great panel.
You
You ought
like
to
my
figure out
bedroom
how to
behind
get
me?
it. Yeah,
I
you.
got my computer set up in my bedroom.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that's where I'm broadcasting live from the kitchen table studio from in Sacramento, California. So
well, when I first moved into this apartment, I had my computer on my kitchen table, and I broke down and bought a computer table, and I just decided I didn't want to put that in my living room, and so I put it in my bedroom. I got a queen size bed in here. I got plenty of room in here, uh, so I need to get my living room fixed up a little bit better than what it is. But I'm planning on putting a good size screen TV in there, so I didn't want my computer in there as well. I don't even all my TV I watch on the computer. I do not have cable, so I'm thinking
oh
about getting.
yeah, good for you. You stream everything, right?
Yes, I stream everything.
I
Yeah,
do. I do the same thing, Dan.
yeah.
It's the best way to do it now.
Cord
It is.
cutting.
It is.
Cut the cable. Cut that umbilical cord. Just sever it.
If I want to see local news, I'll just use Google.
Yeah.
Shopal Lee says, "Who is the third host?" Hello. Is the third host like the third rail in the New
There's
York?
four of us. She knows who three of us are. She knows who
Oh,
you are, Dan, and me. It must be the other one of the other two she doesn't know.
Sammy, Robert
What?
is a regular on live streams around the YouTube.
You can see Robert most of the time in my live stream. Sometimes only
Yeah,
he can to the live stream.
Yeah, Chopal Lee. Sometimes Robert sits, and sometimes Robert sits and talks. Sometimes he
Maybe
just.
Robert, Kuya Dan, maybe Robert is more comfortable if I am in the panel. Oh my gulay, Robert. Can you be my second boyfriend, Joe?
Now, Robert's sitting there drinking coffee. If I was drinking coffee this late, I wouldn't get
Mm.
to bed till who knows how long. I
Yeah,
drink my
well,
coffee in the morning.
Oh, she lives in Colorado. Well, la ti da. Everybody lives in Colorado these days. That's where Californians go.
Well, like I said, she lives in Colorado and I live in New York, and that's a couple thousand miles apart.
But you're in upstate though, right?
I'm in the capital region. I live in Albany County, but I live in a little place called Waterville.
Right. And I told you my story before about how I used to live in Colony.
Yeah, like I said,
yeah,
I right now I'm a contract worker, and right
Right.
now I'm working at the State Department for the Department of Agriculture and Marketing, or as we call it, DOA. And I said, dead
oh,
on arrival. I'm not sure if I want to work there, but
Oh, well, you got a sweet
it's
gig,
only
I think.
15 minutes from where I live. Uh, I only work. I only get paid for 7.5 hours a day. I'm there
Right.
for 8. I get a half hour unpaid lunch, but they pay me
Hey,
quite
hey,
well.
we have something common. I used to work for Intercon, and they just sent me a fat check a couple years ago for not paying for that extra half hour.
Yeah. Well, I sign out and sign back in.
Oh,
That's the way they want me to do it. So
yeah.
they pay the contract, they pay me. I'm making over the
They ended
last
up
job
sending me
I
a
had.
fat
I'm
check.
making over $3 an hour more. I'm working for the same outfit, but this contract pays me that much more.
Right.
And so I go where they need me. Right now, I'm there till at least till the end of the month, maybe longer. I'm hoping longer. Like I said, I love it because it's 15-minute drive one way. The place I was working at before that was a factory, and doing pretty much the same job, but I was in and out of in the weather a lot more, and it was a half-hour drive one way. So my round trip from this job is actually less than what my one way was for the other one. And I
Wow.
was spending
See,
like 50, $60 a week on gas at the other
gasoline.
job, and $60 a week takes care of 2 weeks of driving at this job.
That's crazy. Gas is
Yeah.
so expensive these days. It's coming down a little bit, but not much.
no, it's
Hey,
not.
Samira has joined us. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you being here.
Hello,
Oh,
sir. How
yeah.
you
What is
doing?
that? What am I looking at there? Coffee? What am I looking at?
Coffee.
Coffee. Yummy. I'm a coffee addict, so I'm being tempted, except, it's getting,
Now,
yeah, it's
Robert, how
getting
do you
late.
drink your coffee? You drink it with cream and sugar or just
You know I
black? Or
don't. You know I don't.
I said,
It's
Robert.
black. It's black.
I was asking Robert how he drink. I drink mine black. I like my
I,
coffee like
I,
a
I put a little bit of
hot
sugar
and
and I
natural.
put milk in it.
What?
Put a little
You
milk in
are
it.
not a real coffee drinker.
Oh,
Well, now, Darren, I used to drink cream and sugar both of my coffee back in my younger days. I quit drinking cream and sugar when I was 19. Uh,
oh, when I was in the
Yeah.
service, I drank it black, but
uh, well, that's
You
why
needed.
I was in the service. That's why I started drinking it black. On ship, you'd stand these late watches, 8 to midnight,
uh,
midnight to 4. You go down and
uh-huh.
get a cup of coffee, and they may have cream and sugar, or they may only have sugar, or maybe only cream. And it's like, the heck with this noise. I'll drink it black. That way I get it the same way each and every time. And I've been drinking it black now for almost 50 years.
Well, I'll drink it either way. I mean, but yeah, I was also in the service too. Were you in the Navy, Larry?
Yes, I was in the Navy from 1972, March to October of 1978.
Well, hello, brother. I was in the Navy too, 15 years.
Well, congratulations. You did longer than I did. I did a little over 6 years and 7 months. Uh, actual service time was 6 years, 7 months, and 2 weeks.
But you both were at Subic. You both were at Subic Bay, weren't
Yes,
you?
Subic is the
Yes.
first, the only place I actually pulled into in the Philippines, Subic Bay, and spent time in Olongapo. Uh, I was there twice. I've been to Hong Kong twice, Taiwan twice, Japan twice, but I never
Yep.
made Korea or any place like that.
Yeah, I made Korea. I made Australia.
Yeah. Now my
Uh,
older brother, he was in the Navy. Now he did a Panama cruise, Panama Canal cruise. His ship
mhm.
was commissioned in Norfolk, Virginia. He was a plank owner, which means he was first crew, and he was home ported in Hawaii. So to go from Norfolk to Hawaii, they had to go through the Panama Canal, which that's below the equator. So he became a shellback,
Yeah.
and he pulled into San Diego the day I graduated from boot camp. So he was at my graduation for boot camp.
Where'd you do your basic, Larry?
Well, would have done Chicago because that's close to where I'm from, but
Great
they had
Lake.
some kind of breakout, so they sent me to San Diego, California.
Yeah.
And like I said,
Yeah,
he pulled in the
I
day
did
I
mine in the
graduated.
I did mine in the Great Lakes, Larry, and they sent me to Norfolk for about a year and a half, and I moaned, complained, and kicked my feet, and saying, I was born on the East Coast. I joined the Navy to see the world, and
Well,
they finally ended up transferring me to San Diego,
I
and
love
that's
Dago.
how I got
Dago was
to
great.
see the Pacific. So
Hey, my friend Angelica is here. She said she was
Oh,
coming.
Angelica.
She said she was coming. Welcome, welcome.
But like I said, my brother got Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and I was going to pull brother duty with him, and he said, "No, no." He says, "I got it, but my ship goes out to sea a lot." He says, "Go ahead and see what you get, and if you got better duty, I'll pull brother duty with you. But if you don't, you only have to serve a year on that ship, and you can pull brother duty with him. I could pull brother duty with him." And I had a much better ship. My ship was a destroyer tender. Our job
mhm,
was repairing other ships. That was our ship's job. So we didn't go out and play war games. The only time we played
mhm,
war games, we were going from one place to another, and it just
mhm.
happened to be war games on the way. I spent 27 days out at sea. I went from San Diego, California, to Yokosuka, Japan. My third ship, I spent 21 days out at sea and left San Diego and pulled right back into San Diego because all we did was play war games.
Yeah.
So,
I was,
you
I
know
was, I was
that.
on I was on a carrier, Larry. So
You were out a lot.
we were
I
out
almost
months at
got
a
put on
time.
the Kitty Hawk. I started to say a different name that we called it, started with S. Uh, but yeah, I almost got on the Kitty Hawk, and I think I should have instead of the Frederick. That was my last ship. It was between the two, and but
Well, I wouldn't trade the memories for anything.
oh no, no, no,
I
no,
mean,
no,
I saw the Pacific, I saw the Philippines, which I absolutely fell in love with.
Oh well,
Um, I've been to Japan, I've been to Korea, Australia,
I would have loved to have
Guam.
gone to Australia. I would have loved that.
We pretty much when we weren't doing war games or doing anything else, we could transport Marines to Japan,
Yeah.
take the ones that had served and bring them back out.
Well, all
Um,
right, you did that on a carrier, huh? I was in
yeah,
the
yeah,
my third ship was Gator Navy. That means we hauled Marines around. I was on an LST, and the guy that
yeah.
invented the term rock and roll had a sixth sense of humor and watched the LST tied up to the port. That sucker was flat bottom.
Uh,
We're talking about a large ship, and there is there is no curve to that bottom. It's flat.
oh yeah,
And the reason for that is you run that ship aground intentionally,
yeah.
and you drop your anchor out, and then you run your ship aground. You open up the bow, and the Marines go running off, driving their jeeps and stuff off. You drop the tail down, and the aqueducts go off the back, and they go around and come in, and you offload like 3,000 Marines in a
Hmm.
short period of time. And like I said, it because of the flat bottom, even in calm weather, it rocked and rolled. That's all there
Oh
was
yeah.
to it.
Well,
And like I said,
a
I
flat
did
bottom,
21
you're going
days,
to get
10 games.
a flat bottom, you're going to get beat up.
Oh yeah. And an LST in actual combat was expected to make 1.5 beach landings. That means you
Yeah.
were expected to get in twice and out once because you're a setting duck on the beach.
Oh yeah.
That was the
Well,
actual life expectancy
well,
of an LST.
the D-Day invasion proved that.
Yeah. And lucky
Um,
enough, they didn't use the LSTs during I went in during NOM and got actually, fortunately for me, the LST that I got on was after NOM. The nuclear
My,
cruiser before her was.
my hats are all. My hat is off to you, Larry, for being a veteran of Vietnam. There ain't too many of
Well,
you
no,
left.
no, I was a Vietnam veteran era. I did not go to NOM. My
Oh,
older
okay.
brother went to NOM on his ship, but I myself just served during NOM. So I
Yeah.
was a Vietnam era veteran, not a Vietnam
Well, you
vet.
you still served under that time, and my hats are all. My hats off to you. Thank
Yeah,
you
but
for your service.
I understand that. I just want to make sure we don't
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
claiming false valor because
Yeah.
I never was in NOM. If I claim that, then I'm claiming false valor because it's not something I did.
Yeah.
And that's why people
Hey,
try to say
so
they were SEALs when they weren't SEALs.
so
We
I
have
was
people that
born
try that.
I was born in '57, so I didn't serve, but my kids did, and my kids were both Navy.
Yeah, you told me that before. Uh,
Yeah,
and
and
they
one of them
were.
was on. Wait for it. One of them was on the USS Philippine Sea.
Did
Oh,
I tell
wow.
you about the Philippines, the Battle of the Philippine Seas? That was a big battle there when we were taking the Philippines back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there was I forget how many destroyers that were sunk, and they took on the aircraft carriers of the Japanese Navy. Now there was some small carriers with them too. I think even Halsey was there, and the Japanese Navy, if made a mistake, they thought there was a bigger force they were facing. They thought these because there was a couple other forces that didn't join up with them that was there, and they turned tail and ran where they could have easily have beaten the Americans. Now, like I said, the I'm trying to think of, I think it was a Ward, but I could be wrong. The USS Ward, the captain on that ship just said, "Let's go, full steam ahead." And they charged right into the teeth of the Japanese, and their ship was sunk. But I mean, they just laid down the smoke, and they put up such a fight. And the other destroyers or tin cans, that we call, put up such a fight that they really thought they were a bigger number than what there was.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean, you're talking about, after this devastation in Pearl Harbor. I mean, the United States really had to scramble,
we were lucky there that the
to
aircraft
start
carriers weren't in the
making
harbor.
to use what we had, and that was the whole intention of the Japanese, was to cripple us so that we couldn't defend the Pacific.
Yeah. Oh, the admiral that was in charge of that invasion of Pearl Harbor even said at the end of it that he was afraid all they did was awaken a sleeping giant. He had
Yeah.
traveled and studied in the United States before the war.
Yeah, you're talking about Yamamoto. Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason why he said that was because none of the aircraft carriers were there, so they
Well,
didn't get a
carriers.
single aircraft carrier.
Thankfully, the carriers were out at
Yeah,
sea
they
when
were all out. So if they'd have been in and he sunk them, they would have set us
we
back years.
we would have been done. There's no way we could have defended the Pacific.
No.
Hey, so
But
we have all the greats showing up. You guys feel free to drop your links if you want to. So we've had the Daisy Lynn Castro, Angelica is here,
Filipino
and now
Rachel.
we have Laura Filipina Raquel TV is here. Feel free, you guys, to drop your links there. I meant young ladies, of course.
so what do you got to drop? 143, Dan?
Hmm?
You have to type in 143 to drop the link, or
No, no,
No,
no.
not
That's
like
Sammy's
my.
nightbot code.
That
I
is
don't
my
oh,
even
night
know.
code.
I don't even know how
Yeah.
that works yet. Sammy hasn't
Um,
showed me how that works.
you can
You
you
drop your
can
link and then we click on it.
yeah, you can what do you call this one, Kuya Dance, if you like to use night mode, just message me.
Okay, I'll message you and we'll figure that out how to set that up.
Yeah.
Is it going to cost me money?
No,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Come on,
no.
Sammy. Yeah. It's going to
Yeah.
cost you a couple $100 US.
Kuya Dance, if you are ready, just video call me and be sure that CC is there. I like to see CC.
Honey, honey.
Honey, my love, so sweet. Where are you?
Somebody wants to see you.
Oh, thank you so much, Filipina Raquel. I appreciate it. Appreciate you sharing.
It's finally nice to put a face to the name, Larry.
Well, that's good. I mean, the
There's
picture's
Laura.
there,
She's
and like
thanking
I
you
said,
for
it's
your
got
service.
the chin whiskers.
But
And I know people that think I ought to shave that off, but then that would show
Filipino
my double chin.
Raquel.
You know,
But you guys need to go back and relive,
I've had a
your
full beard,
youth.
I've had a goatee, I had just a mustache, and the last
For
And
those
year
who
or
like,
so is the
anyway,
chin
guys,
whiskers.
excuse me, guys. For those who like who don't have range there, just type link and then I will go to your channel and then I will get your channel link and then I'm the one will going to drop for you.
Oh, thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate it.
Just type link.
I really do need a co-pilot.
well, you got the right one because Sammy knows what Sammy knows what to do.
I can be your night bot, Kuya Dance.
I'm going to tell you all the truth. All three of you know more than what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm a baby, Larry, by
Yeah, but
by a long
I've only,
shot.
I've only
Yeah.
put up 2 videos.
Yeah,
One
I'm
was by
learning.
accident. I don't know how the heck it got put up.
Filipino
It was
Raquel,
back sore.
didn't you have a live stream that went on for days and days and days? I thought I saw where you were on for hours and hours. Every time I turned on YouTube,
You
I
talking
think I
about
saw
that,
your
Sammy?
live stream.
You talking about Sammy? Because you're sure not talking about me. This is
Oh,
my first live stream.
Filipino Raquel says I can't drop the link as I have no wrench. I don't even know what a wrench is.
I had to create a
A
channel.
wrench is a tool, I guess.
I had to sign
See
in.
where Angelica's name comes up. You see the wrench.
Yeah.
Range is moderator.
Yeah.
If you don't have range into the channel, you can drop any link.
All right, I'll figure out how all this works. Yeah, they want you to say hello. Oh,
Sis!
wait.
Mayong gabi!
Sammy is
Come on,
hoping
Manny.
wants you.
Come on, Manny. Say hi.
Oh,
Hello, Manny.
Hi.
Mayong gabi!
good.
There you
The
go.
guy who wanted to go, the chin whiskers is Lazy Larry.
Yeah, that's Lazy Larry that I talk about, and that's Robert. Yeah.
Robert.
Yes,
You
indeed.
met me on on Sammy's stream.
Larry, yeah.
I heard Sammy birthday coming soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
Happy birthday, Sammy.
Are you preparing a present for Sammy?
Yeah, I have present for you a little bit.
That's nice.
For coffee.
Yeah. Something
I love coffee, my gulay.
oh my goodness.
Hey, who's there?
All right, we got a whole bunch of people, honey, but now
Oh, that's nice. First time I saw that. I see the camera. I feel like nervous of them. That's why I feel like practicing to see
oh,
them.
we're all family here. We're all family here. This is Angelica
that's my
saying
bed in the
hello,
background.
loco ate. This is Minnie.
Angelico.
We've seen
This
that.
is
I've
Minnie
seen
from
before.
originally
She
from.
came in and said
Where are
hi.
you originally from? Pampanga
From
or
Manila.
Manila?
Sammy, I've been on
Pasig
a live
City,
stream once
Manila.
or
I was
twice.
born in.
Larry, you've been married how long?
I've never been married.
No, I'm talking about not Larry. I mean Dan.
Oh,
16 years, something like that so far.
And you don't
So
know
far,
where
so
your
good.
wife is from.
Huh? Well, we built the house where her family lives right now in Bye Bye City Leyte, but her relatives are living in she has a lot of relatives living in San Fernando, Pampanga,
Yeah, my
right
dad
there by the
from-
capital.
My dad
Okay.
from Pampanga.
This is Shopao Lee. She says, "Hi, wifey."
Oh, hi. Hi, everyone.
She's one of my favorite
But
favorite
I don't
people.
know Daniel's YouTuber. YouTube is a lot of friends now. He's a lot of friends.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
do have a question for you. And bye bye. Do they have a good hospital?
do they have a good hospital there?
Hospital? But
No.
no, it's no good.
Yeah, they're building a new one. They're building a new one, but you have to go to Cebu.
Yeah, mostly they're going
Yeah.
to the Cebu. The same to
Well,
See, the older you get, the more important that becomes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're working on it. They're building a new hospital there, and I'm not
the
sure.
yeah, I heard.
I'm
that.
not sure what it's going to be about so
I
far.
don't know. I think it may have been you, Dan, that said it, but you may have mentioned it in one of the streams. But the Navy's supposed to be putting a foothold back in the Philippines.
Yeah.
That'd
So
be
it's
awesome.
Dan Quayle's company, is leasing it back. I think they're leasing it back to the Navy. So Dan Quayle goes in there. Did I tell you the whole story about McCain and all that, right? On Sammy's
Yeah,
channel?
and that's why I bring it up.
McCain showing up there and they're visiting. My friends tell me they went, this is before he passed away, of course, several years ago. And they went around to the wastewater and the freshwater plant. And the United States put up a whole bunch of money in order to renovate them. And I was telling my friends, oh, it's coming. It's coming. You know what's coming. The sleight of hand, And so Dan Quayle's company just bought the shipyard there, and they're going to turn around and service Navy ships there in that shipyard. And so I was like, oh, so that, there are no coincidences. When you start seeing stuff happen, there's a lot of money and stuff involved. So here the U.S. government goes in there and they renovate it for them for free. And then the Philippines said, no, we're not letting you guys come back in here. Then the next thing you know, the shipyard is sold to Dan Quayle's company, and now the Navy's on their way back there.
Yeah, but they're going to do the shipyard thing, so they can say, well, no, they don't have a base here. They just come in here for that.
Right.
So it gives them a way of saying no base, but we're letting the Navy back in. Bye.
Yeah, honey.
Good night.
Bye, sis. Love you.
Bye, sis, Sammy. Maybe
Bye-bye.
something for Sammy tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, honey. All right, we'll talk about it, honey.
Yeah. I heard it.
Yeah, I thought Sammy had gone to use the restroom or something. Hey, so you're right. So that's basically what we're talking about there. I think, Larry, is we're talking about them having a reason to go in there.
I don't think we need to be there for any other reason for the shipyard. I mean, it's not a.
No, and it's only going to be a couple ships at a time.
Yeah, it's not going to be a major thing like it was back in the war, during the war. I mean,
well,
it was more. It was more to. It was a strategic spot to be, and also that the United States and the Philippines have always had a pretty good history.
Right. Yeah, but there've been some rough spots in there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Before World War II, there was some fighting going on between the Filipinos and the Americans because they wanted their independence.
You're right.
We got the Philippines by beating the Spanish, and that was part of the settlement. That in Cuba.
Yeah.
And the Filipinos had fought the Spanish trying to get their independence, so they weren't real happy with us taking over. But we treated them much better than the Spanish. And then the friendship was sealed during World War II, and the Americans coming back and liberating them, and they gave them their freedom. And at the original, the July 4th, they had the same Independence Day as we did.
Hey, Larry,
changed it because of their constitution.
Right. I think that Chopal Lee is telling us that there's good hospitals in Cebu and Manila. I think you have to go to the big city, but things are changing pretty quickly in the Philippines. For example, I understand that Kaiser is there now. Kaiser they're big in healthcare. They're big in healthcare, and I'm not sure if they're east of the Mississippi or not, but they're definitely west of the Mississippi. And they have opened up 5 or 6 clinics or hospitals under a new corporate umbrella, and I think that is to sell health insurance to the corporate customers. And so they have healthcare. They've got it developing over there, and I don't think it's going to. And we have like 3 or 4 internationally recognized hospitals in Cebu and in Manila, and I don't think healthcare would be a difficult thing to find over there.
I think if you live in the right area, you're right.
Yeah.
I think you know of the Expat Info channel, the Filipino expat
Right,
channel.
right,
He lives in Cavite, and he talks
right.
about the hospitals in Manila, and then Chris in Cebu. He always talked about the hospitals there, and then there's
Thank you, Filipina Raquel.
the vlogger. I'm trying to think of his name. It's not Amazing Filipino. It's a Filipino Venture or something like that. It's Rod. He's in Dumaguete, and he belongs to one of those hospitals that you pay so much money to, and then you get a real huge discount for you and your family.
Right,
And I guess those hospitals are in different places as well.
right.
And but and the newer the hospital is when they build it, the cheaper it is to get in on it. From the way he was talking, so there's a lot of ways to do it. And like I said, you just got to find the one that's best for yourself, and in an area that you're willing to live in. And
Yeah, I think Dan talked to me one time when I was talking about when I wanted, because I'm going to head over to the Philippines to retire. And he was saying Guam would be the nearest.
VA, yeah.
Yes. So I'm just kind of throwing my options out, doing my research, and
Well, I think private insurance is really the way to go. I don't know what it would cost to set all that up, but and also, here's another thought. So in Medicare, with Medicare, everyone knows that it doesn't cover you for anything over there in the Philippines, but with the supplemental plan N, it'll cover you for emergencies.
yeah, that's what you were explaining to
Yeah,
me. Yeah,
so the supplemental plan N will cover you when you're traveling abroad. And so one more thing of interest is that Kaiser reimburses. And so if you're over there and you have a Kaiser plan, they will reimburse you for your medical expenses. Of course, you have to pay up front when you're in the
uh-huh.
Philippines, but then you just submit it to central billing, and then they will reimburse you. And so there are many ways to skin the cat, But in my case, what I just decided to do is I will get a peso plan that Steve suggested on his YouTube channel for my wife, along with PhilHealth, and then for me, I'll get also a supplemental plan, a small one, and then I'll have a reserve. I've already established a reserve that's going to pay for any out-of-pocket expenses that might occur, up to about $25,000. And I have also a retiree health savings account that a governmental agency paid for when I was working for them. And I think it's up to 10 grand now. And I just contacted them to set up the account so that I can get reimbursed. So I got 10,000 in that. I got 25 behind it. So I'm gonna get a supplemental insurance policy. I have already through Medicare, and then I'll buy a peso plan or something out to get me in the door if I have to go to a hospital in the Philippines. So let's see. What did Ramses joined us, and he's playing the alphabet game here. So I noticed. So yeah, SPAMANTERAC. Now, what does it spell? Come on, game. What does it spell?
I,
He can type in one word. He's doing
I like Ramses. Ramses always shows up and makes a comment and gives me thumbs up on my videos, and I really appreciate that. I really do. And Filipina Raquel is so supportive. Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm a lucky man. I think
Well, you are. You
I'm a
got
lucky
great
man.
friends, a
Yeah,
gorgeous wife, and you're getting
yeah.
ready to move to the Philippines.
Oh no, you didn't say gorgeous wife, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I'm going to be hearing about this. later.
Well, she should be happy. I didn't insult her, at least.
Shit. Larry says that you're gorgeous. He wants to know if you have a sister. No, she don't.
And
She
she tell her
don't.
sister to run from me as fast as she can.
Oh, wait. More Morse code from Ramses. N A G M A R I T. Are you writing all this down, guys?
Nope.
E S. And now we got Filipino Raquel. You guys are cracking me up. Oh my gosh. You guys are too much. That is so funny. Ramses is having and Filipino Raquel are having such a good time. You guys are cracking me up. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. I started this whole live stream wanting to talk about the when what happens when Westerners go over there and get into a relationship, and then all of a sudden they start exploiting. The money thing takes this show rears its ugly head. And so I've seen a few relationships where this has actually happened, and so that's why I wanted to talk about it. So we have a lot of expats that go over to the Philippines, and then instead of getting married, they end up living with a person over there, a young lady over there, never marrying her, and then they're not able to
Take care,
avail
Ray.
themselves of any of
Maria.
the benefits of the person that they're living with, and then they end up dying, and they don't leave them with any money to bury their body. And so this is and in the meantime they're exploiting the relationship through the power and control because of the money, and that's a little bit troubling. And so that still is going on over there on occasion in the Philippines. And I think Steve at the Philippine Information Channel has talked about this a couple of times.
I think if a man has a lot more money than the woman, or the woman has a lot more money than the man, whoever
Right.
has the most money does that in a lot of relationships, even though they shouldn't. And that probably goes on here in the States just as well.
Right.
You take a rich man marrying a poor girl here in the States, he's got a lot of control over her.
Oh, but everybody is equal here in the U.S. of A.
Yeah, right.
Everybody here is equal. That's what my wife number one and my ex-wife number two used to tell me.
Everybody's supposed to be equal in the eyes of the law. But
That's exactly how I felt. I felt like a slinky,
The one that didn't go down the steps.
I felt just like a slinky. Hey, by the way, speaking of slinky, I did a YouTube video about a year and a half ago, where we got a slinky and we tried to make it go down the steps.
Yeah, I seen
I
that. I saw that video.
remember those commercials.
You should have seen it. That was so funny as people were walking by and we were in the parking garage trying to work the slinky, but it didn't work out very well because the steps were too wide. We couldn't get the thing to walk down the steps.
It went down one step and
It
stopped.
didn't stop. We kept pushing it. People walking by were looking, shaking their head like, boys will be boys.
Are you still giving out those money wallets?
The what? Which one?
The money wallet.
Oh yeah, I have a stack of them still. The prosperity wallets, yeah. And I don't know what I'm gonna. Here's the thing that I learned. Is that you have to actually be there to see the people's reaction, or it doesn't have any. Just knowing that you're leaving it for somebody and that somebody's gonna find it. It's not. I don't know. It's missing something. I want to see the reaction of the people when they find it. And so I may do this in the Philippines, but it's dangerous, because people are expecting, like when they find one of those money wallets, they initially they think it's actual cash, right? The face of it, because the $100 bill.
Yeah.
And then I'm just stuffing it with maybe 500 pesos or something like that. And so there's a little bit of a disappointment when the person finds it, opens it up, and says, "Oh my gosh, person in here is there's only 500 pesos in there." I don't know. I have to think about whether I want to do it or not. There was a guy who actually put money on the ground in Thailand, waiting for people to pick it up. And he went around the corner and he had his hidden camera, and the people would not pick it up. And they would see it and they would walk over and walk by, and then he couldn't figure out why, right? I knew instantly the reason why. It's a cultural thing. You cannot, when you put money on the ground in Thailand that has the picture of the king on it, it's an insult. And so you can't reach down and pick the money up, because it already was an insult to lay the king on the ground. And so he figured it out, and he went over and picked the money up and then just started handing it to people personally, which is what he should have done in the first place. So you have to be careful culturally, um, what you do. But I think my money, I couldn't prove it, but I was leaving it in places that, where people would find it, that were the most needy. I was going by the light rail stops and bus stations and things like that, and leaving the packet there. But I started realizing that it isn't as fulfilling as watching them discover it or find it. I knew people were finding it because I was putting it easily where people could see it, and pick it up. But anyway, I don't know. I
That's
don't
because
know.
you got a good heart, Dan. You do. I've
Oh, me?
noticed that about you. You really do.
Oh, thanks so much for saying that.
Hey, Dan.
I think that I have. It's taken a long time to become this person. It's taken a long
Well,
time.
somebody told me something, and I apply that to my life now. Is to be the best version of myself.
Yeah,
And for a lot of years, when my wife passed, I wasn't being the best version of myself.
right.
Today, I can look in the mirror and love who I see.
That's pretty much where I am too. You
Yeah.
took the words right out of my mouth. Really, that describes how I feel about it. Just
Well,
about
Robert found Robert again,
right,
and
right.
to be all honest, it's people like Sammy, it's people like Sean, it's people like you that have brought me back.
I'll tell you,
Um,
there's a test. It's a really interesting thing. If how men and women, they they get in front of the mirror when they're doing makeup and things like that. They're looking at themselves a lot, right? But men do it. They shave. I discovered something very interesting that we both have in common, and that was that we look in the mirror, but we really don't see ourselves. It's a very peculiar thing. And so I would like for you guys, if you're interested in doing this test, wait a minute. I learned in school that you can't do human studies without it being vetted. And so maybe I shouldn't go here, but I'll speak from what happened to me. I noticed by observing people that they were looking in the mirror, but they weren't really seeing themselves. And someone came, and I was talking about this with some coworkers one day, and they say, "Well, Dan, did you not did you not know that the majority of the population cannot stand in front of a mirror and say, 'I love myself' 3 times in a row without crying?" And I said, "No, if you cannot stand in front of the mirror and say, 'I love myself' 3 times before crying, then you have to examine whether you actually love yourself or not." And
very
I was
true.
like, dang, And so, anyway, I thought I would share that.
That's very true, Dan. You're right. I mean,
Yeah.
and for a lot of years, I couldn't look in the mirror. I didn't like what I saw. It wasn't me. I mean, wasn't living life. I was existing. I was just taking up space.
Oh, okay. So there's the answer. Dodger Blue said it said spam.
Yeah.
So you were saying it's true, Robert? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, because for like I said, after my wife passed, I just existed. I was just wasting away. Um, wasn't participating in life. Wasn't happy. And today, being exposed to people, like I said, I can actually, like you said, I can look in the mirror and say that I love myself, and I do.
That's fantastic.
Because Robert is back, the person that I always was. Um, and two, you know, I enjoy, like I said, enjoy going on these streams. I love coming on Sammy's because if I'm in a mood, and then once I leave Sammy's stream, I'm laughing and I'm happy and I'm ready to go for the day.
Well, yeah, it's amazing. It's
It's always
amazing.
good to have a friend that brings you out of the doldrums.
Yeah.
And I've met a lot of good people off the stream, including Dan. And hope
Because
to
I am
and
a
hope,
clown for them. Because I am a clown for them, so that's why.
yeah.
I found Dan through Chris and Cebu, and I found Sammy through Dan.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how I have is I found through Sean and Sammy I found friends, and
Yeah. That's what is so, okay, so YouTube. So here's the thing. I would go around all day and I would say, hey, you know why transportation doesn't work in the United States? I'm talking about mass transportation, riding buses, taking the train, doing these
mhm.
different things. And it's
Impatience.
be, it's because they don't want it to work. Because if you think about it, what would people be doing if the thing actually worked and people actually crammed into these buses and trains and started talking to each other about stuff going on in their communities and everyday life? There would be a revolution in this country.
I guess,
So
I
Well,
also
they,
think it's impatience.
I see
We
something
Americans
happen.
want
I
things
I
right
see
now.
something getting ready to happen anyway, Dan.
yeah, that's what this community of YouTube
Yeah,
is really all about.
I
You
mean,
could
and
actually, it's reality TV, but it's happening in real time. You get to share the thoughts, ideas with everybody else, and it happens in a millisecond, fast, fast, fast. And
well,
Sammy, the reason why I like Sammy so much, Sammy has explained quite a few times how YouTube has impacted, um, her life. I mean,
most
it's fascinating. I
definitely.
mean, the question that I would ask is that would it have happened without YouTube? See,
I don't know because only I did is to enjoy here in YouTube, and then I wasn't expect that yeah, I can meet a lot of generous people that would like to, yeah, to help me a lot. So that's why.
You meet some wonderful people on YouTube. I have. I really, really have. As you would say in the States, you have acquaintances and you have friends. I mean, an acquaintance, you would go up and say, be polite, cordial, hi, how are you? A true friend will be there for you through anything.
oh, isn't that the
And
truth? Yeah.
I'm learning that the people that I am meeting and building a relationship on YouTube with is a friendship's growing. And that's something I haven't had for a lot of years.
Do you remember? You know what it's reminding me of? Do you remember when I started talking about a dream board and how if you develop one and you start putting your goals on the dream board, you look at the dream board every single day and you communicate with your loved ones, your family, your friends, what the dreams are. That's what's going on in YouTube. And see, people want you to be successful, Sammy. They want you to be successful and they will help you achieve your goals so long as you are willing to share your life with them in this platform. And that's what's really happening, or that's what I think is really happening. And so it doesn't surprise me that people's lives are changing, as a result. of sharing those dreams.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I
of
agree.
wanting to build a house and buy a car, and there's so many examples of
True.
people that are on YouTube that were poor who are now not poor, you know, because they've had success in their channel, their
But
YouTube
you
channel.
you can also reiterate this, Dan. It's
Yeah,
not just a financial thing. You can get rich in other areas meeting these
right,
people on YouTube.
right.
And it's the friendships, it's the bonds, it's I'm
And
trying to
also,
find the right word.
I think you learn different aspects of life. You know, a person who has experience is willing to share it with
Yeah,
somebody who's a bit younger. You know, share the
exactly,
experience.
exactly.
Yeah, share the pitfalls, mistakes that they've made in their lives, and so when you're sincere about it in sending that message, it it has an impact on the younger person's life, I believe.
Mhm.
It does.
Yeah.
YouTube changed my life. Yeah, almost everything.
Wow.
Yeah, almost everything changed my life. But before I'm so open book. Anything I will share it. But after I build this house that my friends building it, oh no, helping me, and then I get a bad feedback because I'm helping that time to Kuya, I'm helping as well while I'm building this. I'm helping as well to the baby have a cancer, and yeah, to the person that who sent me PayPal, and then he say that this is for the baby, and then something like that. And yeah, and they can understand my explanation why I can't do a stream or a video there, because their places looks like a squatter area, and then there's a lot of kids there that they are naked, and then what happened to my YouTube if I take that video, and then accidentally I show there that the baby is naked, or what yeah, it's a nudity, and then yeah, it's they are going to report my channel that I'm using kids, something like that, child abuse, something like that. And I have a bad feedback on that time that yeah, I used the money to the baby for my house. No, I wasn't, because all my donator, all my sponsor know already what I'm doing, because I sent a video or a picture that I already give the money. And yeah, because I am like this, Kuya Dance. For example, you are giving me, yes, you are giving me for my coffee, right? To
Yeah.
my
A
people.
couple times, once or
Brought
twice.
I brought coffee, Kuya Dance. To be honest, I have maybe 4 dozen there. I have 4 dozen there stuck there. Oh yeah, Kopiko Black. And yeah,
Oh, Capico Black, love it.
I
My
have a
favorite.
lot. Because every time that you give me, and then you told me that this is for this one, this is for your food, this is for this person, like my co-host last time, someone give me in PayPal, this is for you and for Grisel, because she is Grisel. And
Yep.
then what I did, I gave it to Grisel all, because that $20, so I
Oh,
gave it to
that's so sweet.
that is, I give it all to her. Even the donator say that this is for you and Grisel. So 50-50, right? So all I did is I give it to Grisel everything, and then I take a short video, and then I send it to him. Yeah,
I'll tell
because
you this.
most of my friend is connected to my Facebook or to my Skype or to my WhatsApp.
Anyone that truly knows Sammy knows Sammy. That Sammy is genuine, true
And
to
she
his
loves to
word.
have fun.
And
Only
Absolutely.
only one person only know me everything, that is Kuya Sean. And maybe Robert is the second, because to be honest guys, me, Robert, and Kuya Sean, we are always taking a video call in three way. Yeah, like here in the stream here that we are talking in four-way, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
And that is looks like in Messenger we are talking in three-way.
and Sean has had a major impact in my life too.
Yeah.
Um, like
Hey,
I said,
Sean's an interesting guy. He was talking about a story. He caught my attention. on one of the streams where he was talking about the story of going down. I'm not sure what the point was, but he was going down to Tijuana, and I guess he was picking up a load of strawberries or something. I don't know what he was picking up. No, it was scallops. That's right. He was picking up scallops. He talked about not seeing the newcomers or the immigrants coming over the border, and talking about how the news story was hype. But I got to tell you, I was down there during that period of time, and no, I'll admit they weren't visible. But in fact, I went down and I was looking all over the place saying, where are these people supposed to be, right? So I want to share this with you. I don't know why I'm talking about this now. I got to tell you, except I thought it was interesting. So I walked down by the downtown where the Ark is, and I ran into a young lady, and I said, do you know where the newcomers are? And she said, yeah. I said, where are they? She goes, they're that direction, but you don't want to go into that part of town because, you will go in and you won't come out. And I said, that's where they're camping out over there? And she goes, yeah. So that's right up against the border towards Playas Tijuana, And so I said,
Escondido.
I said, can you take me over there? She said, well, I could take you over there and you'll be safe because they do know me, And so I said, okay, well, I really appreciate it if you take me over there. So we started walking. So we were heading northbound back towards the border from where the archway is, if you've ever been there. And we went about 4 or 5 blocks and then made a left turn. And then way down there, close to the ocean, was a huge camp, which I probably would say there were, I don't know. It seemed to me from a distance there could have been as many as 300 or 400 people there. So I started walking that direction, with her escorting me down there, and because she thought it was interesting. She said, no one's ever come down here and wanted to actually see what was going on. I said, but I'm nobody. I just want to see what's happening. And she takes me down there. Halfway down there, we get approached by military, somebody holding an M16, and he says, "Well, really, really, you shouldn't go down there. This is about as far as we'd like you to go." And I go, "Well, why is that?" "Well, because they don't want any media or anybody to go down there to see what's going
And
on."
you know why, Dan, right?
Yeah, I did discover why. I
Yeah.
didn't. It's because the U.S. dumped a whole bunch of money in there, paid for them to set up a camp, and then started feeding them. And telling them, feeding them and paying them so they would stay there and not come over the other side of the border until they said it was okay. And
And
that's pretty much
and probably they were not using the money where it was supposed to go.
most likely. And so they had a soup kitchen set up. They had a nursery. They had a school. They had formed a community there. And I guess the United States paid Mexico, or made a deal with Mexico, to keep them there, and we will go ahead and pay for you to maintain them there.
Yeah.
So they'll stay there. Otherwise, listen, the Mexican government doesn't care whether they come walking through or not. They know they're not staying. And I talked to some of the locals, and they were saying that really the big problem for the locals was that it upset their local economy, because the first thing they wanted to do, they weren't Mexicans trying to get over the border. They were from other South American countries, and they said
Of course.
it was messing up their economy because they were going in there and they were working for nothing, and people were giving them jobs. I thought that was pretty fascinating. So Sean may not have seen them, and I can understand that they weren't visible, but they were there because I was there and I saw them. It was very, very interesting, the whole thing. Daisy Lynn is listening to us in the background. We really appreciate you, Daisy Lynn. And looks like Chopal Lee is also hanging around with us. So we appreciate it. We truly appreciate it. And also Jaylyn has showed up to give her support also. So yeah, so it was very, very interesting what was going on down there. I mean, they had tents set up, brand spanking new tents, and they were all lined up in like a little city, a little community. They had a central, if you will, community center where they would go and get their meals, and it was just amazing. I was fascinated by the whole thing. I didn't know what to make of it. It just goes to show you that there's a lot of politicking going on and a lot of international relations, and I'm not sure.
Good morning,
I'm
Dad.
not sure.
Well, I
Peter,
mean,
how are you?
discussions with Sean, Dan.
What's
We
that?
kind of touched that area. I've had discussions with Sean, which
Yeah,
we touched that area. That in his travels,
right,
like I'll give you an example, going through Jacksonville, Florida,
right.
you have whole communities of homeless people living under the highway underpasses.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, there's organizations like what you were trying to do that go down there and they want to help.
Right.
Um, so it's per se,
Well,
as you would say it.
but I think
A
my
third,
point was, how the United States was posturing themselves in that incident in Tijuana. They were posturing themselves like, oh no, they're not. There's no way in hell they're coming over this border. We're going to beef it up. We're going to send all these custom agents down there and immigration and blah 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 blah. And then you get over the other side, and nothing could have been further from the truth. What actually was happening was they're well fed, they were well taken care of. I'm not saying uh, they were living there in the finest of conditions, but they weren't miserable conditions. I've seen far worse on the streets of Manila, and that's what fascinated me. The Mexican government wasn't paying for that, but somebody was. Well, yeah, it could be you had churches and private organizations that organized and went down there and provided money. It could have been, but it reeked of federal government intervention. I mean, to me. Hey, Peter of Barbaria is here, one of my favorites. How you doing there? Good day, my friend. Thank you for coming.
Good
Truly
day, Kuya
appreciate it.
Oscar. Oscar
Pizza
is
is here. Pizza is here. He was talking about how he just did somebody's cabin, electrical, wired it up. Yeah. And so, man, if I had that skill, well, I kind of have some basic skills. I could do electrical outlets and stuff like that. I can't do any of I could not wire a house in the Philippines. It's too weird.
yeah.
So, yeah,
I've
they
done,
don't,
I've done,
they
I've
don't,
done a little bit of everything, Dan. I
there's
mean, a
no,
jack
there's
of
no
all
ground
trades.
wire, there's no ground. There's just hot leads going everywhere.
I couldn't wire any house anywhere.
Oh, really? One plug. That's all, Larry. You could put in one plug.
Yeah, but that's not wiring the house. That's
No, that's
different.
not wiring a house. That's for sure.
I mean, like I said, Dan, when I have my spare time, and,
Yeah.
and I would work through my church sometimes. If they had someone there, a family or someone who was struggling, that I would donate my skill
Right.
to help this person.
Right.
Which in civilian life, when I got out of the service, I became an auto mechanic. And
Yeah.
the church actually got a vehicle donated
Take
and it
care,
needed
Dr. Blue.
work. And I just donated my time.
Oh, that's a beautiful way of doing it, I think.
And
Time is actually one of the most valuable gifts that you can give someone.
yes. And it's a Christian thing to do. And I'm not going to go into religion and politics, as this is not the platform or the place for it. But personally, for me, that's what I do.
Hey guys, Dodger Blue is calling it a night. So I truly appreciate you, Dodger Blue, for
Good night, Dodger.
Take care. You know why he's called Dodger Blue, right?
No, I don't.
He's got to be a Dodger fan.
He might be a Dodger. He might be a Dodgers fan.
I say I'm
Okay,
a Colts
Dodger
blue.
Blue. I hope I get to see you, Dodger Blue, when I'm down there visiting my mom down in LA. Towards the end of May, I will check in with you. He says, "Good night, everyone, and God bless you all." And good night to you, my friend. Let's see. Oh, Peter Barberia. Yeah, Philippine wiring would never pass safety checks. It's definitely interesting the way they saved wiring through. Well, one thing was the ground. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand why you're wiring how you're wiring two wires, two hot leads, and then you're not grounding it. So I don't know how they ground it. They must grab a lead from somewhere and take it to ground. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it's a little bit scary. Now, listen, I didn't interfere with the building of the house in the Philippines. I saw stuff and I just kept my mouth shut. And the reason is because, you know, they've been doing they would only get confused if I tried to go in there and I tried to tell them how they should be doing something. They wouldn't even understand me. And so I mean, I got to ask the question: do you want your electrical wires to be run through conduit? I was like, what? Weren't you going to do that anyway? And I was like, I guess we have Romex here, which you don't necessarily have to run through conduit, you know. But if you do run it through conduit, you have to strip the wires because it'll get too hot in there. But
Yeah.
anyway, I couldn't understand it. If I were there, I definitely would have convinced them to run a green wire, to run oh, I see we got a bot in here. How do we take this bot out?
Uh,
Sammy,
Yes, kuya.
how do we take this bot out that's showing up?
A spam.
you
Irate
got
little
this
boys and girls
Yeah.
is popping
How
up,
do we take
Sandy.
this
some
out?
jerk.
You got
Wait.
somebody hacking.
Oh, there you go. I got it. Yeah. So anyway, that green lead wire, or the ground. I don't know. It could be any color, but I mean that was a little bit disturbing when I didn't see that going in there. But anyway, supposedly somebody will get shocked now and again, when they're trying to plug something in. But I'm going to go in there and make sure when I get there, I'm going to make sure I got, the industrial strength breaker boxes and all the other stuff that I have learned by watching YouTube, with others building houses. But
Now,
I think
now, have you put up backup generators and stuff like that also,
no, I
Dan?
haven't done that. I probably won't go that way because I probably will go
Yes, Peter, he
solar.
blocked him.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
'Cause I do believe that's what you do, Sammy, is you got solar, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many watts do you have? How many solar panels do you have?
I have two solar panel there in the roof and both 100 watts.
100 watt solar panels?
And I have 17 plates battery here, so I need one more.
Did you use marine batteries?
That is wait.
What kind of batteries did you use?
Like a
Wait,
back,
kuya.
think like a boat battery, Dan.
It's a boat battery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big one.
Electron.
It's a
24
big one.
volt. 24
Electron
volt.
17 plates.
Right.
It's something you
And
would
that's
use in a
probably,
boat or a truck.
yeah, that's probably what I'll be doing. I'll probably be
So,
storing as
what
much
you,
power as I can. I'm not
you,
going to get fancy with it.
yeah, you definitely do not have a shortage of sunshine in the Philippines, so that'd save you a lot of money.
Yeah, I think we got him, Peter. I think we blocked him. I
Mhm.
don't see him showing up. So yeah, I'll probably try it. But you have two 100-watt panels, Sammy. Was that expensive?
Not much, kuya. For me, I only spent my battery because most of them is donated by my friend because that time have typhoon here. Have you remember the typhoon that yeah, the typhoon, what is that echoing?
Uh huh.
Wait, yeah, the typhoon yeah, don't we don't have electricity for almost 2 weeks, and yeah, some of my friends donating that solar, and then after that, one of my friend order in Shopee and send it directly to me. 100 what the person 100 volt what the person yeah, the other one panel donated by my friend directly ordered by Shopee and addressed it to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the way we're going to go. We're gonna set up some solar panels.
And
And the
then
only
that
thing I
solar
really
panel we can use it for what the this one for in case of emergency that yeah, we don't have
right.
electricity for a whole day. I can use I can still use my electric fan, and I can charge my everything here, and then I can use light as well.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to figure it out. You know, I'm gonna have to figure out how the whole thing works. You know, how many panels I need to keep, I don't know, a refrigerator going, maybe something like that.
Kuya Peter, I will answer the Kuya Peter. Yeah, Kuya Peter, I can use my refrigerator on it because my inverter here is yeah, capable to refrigerator, rice cooker, and electric fan. But only I need to add is battery, because my battery, if I use a refrigerator, only 4 hours I can use my battery. And if I wasn't yeah, if I wasn't use the refrigerator on 12 hours I can use it.
Wow. Hey, is that on my end? Did you guys see the interruption there? The power
I
interruption?
I'm
I
not.
was having feedback on my mic.
You got, oh, that was feedback?
I think so. I was having some on my mic. That's why I was playing with
yeah,
it, trying to get it in a spot that it wouldn't do the noise, and so I turned it
Oh,
down
okay.
some.
No, no,
And
I actually saw everybody disappear for a moment and then come
well,
back.
that wasn't my end.
Yeah,
But Sopal's right. That is a disturbing name that guy had.
right. Oh, it's okay. So it can run your refrigerator because your inverter, say, Sammy, your inverter, and you have enough storage capacity.
yeah, what the call this one, if I use my what the call this one, if I use my solar through my inverter will yeah, because 24 volts only from the battery, so I will invert it to 120, because always 120 here in the Philippines. And yeah, and especially in the rice cooker can consume a lot of electricity, because rice cooker is consuming 120 yeah, 120
Right.
120.
Well, Peter's right. You know, my goal would be to run a refrigerator for 24 hours.
You
That's
can
it.
run it Kuya Peter, if you have a big capacity of battery. That's depend on the battery, Kuya Dance.
Oh, so you, well, and yeah, the storage capacity, right?
And I have only 17 plates, and if I use both light, electric fan, refrigerator, it can yeah, it can stay long. Only 4 hours I can use it. I tried that before. Even we have electricity, but I try it to what the person to try how long it can take. You know, and that's
Oh,
it.
okay. So it's really in the batteries. So yeah, I get it.
I am fully off grid solar here. That's awesome, Kuya Peter.
Wow. So Peter says he's fully grid solar there.
And the inverter to kuya, and the inverter to that you would like to use to battery, the inverter will consume electricity too.
I'll be back. I got to step and grab myself something to drink.
Oh yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, kaya.
So okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so I'll be dealing with that when we. So far, they've only had like one or two power outages. One was during Odette, I believe. Yeah, and
Yeah.
the other one was recent, of course, the rains and the flood. I think.
Yeah, the mudslides and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they came back on really fast though. After Odette, I think it took a couple of weeks, but they still came back pretty fast.
Mhm.
And this last round, I don't think it lasted very long at all. So for some reason, we've got, well, we're in the city, we're in the city. So they say they've never had much of an interruption of power or city water. We also have city water, so we don't have to dig a well. So, I mean, I think that's really interesting.
Uh-huh.
You know, we don't have to. They were telling me, I was talking about digging a well. The water table is not that deep. They probably would have hit water in 20 feet. That's pretty. I mean, because they're near a river. But they were telling me, no, no, no. They got city water there. I was going, what? City water? What in the Philippines? So, but they did say we're going to need a. Well, I already bought the pump. I already bought the tank and the pump and all that other stuff. We're going to need to put that in line, and we're also going to need to put the filtration system in if I want to go serious on being able to drink from the tap. But I've seen other people do this on YouTube, and it looks it looks like something I can do.
You can find anything on YouTube, Dan. That's
Yeah,
what's
you can
awesome
find
about it.
anything on YouTube how to. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited about getting over there and then going to work on stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, solar is good to have.
Another
Chopali.
good thing to have in the area that loses power a lot would be a generator.
Yeah.
If
See,
you have
I'm
your own property like Dan
I'm
does,
debating the
a lot of solar.
generator thing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about the noise and the pollution and
You'd be really
I'm thinking about
surprised
your
now, Dan.
refrigerator running when the power's
And
out, your
also,
air
gas is
conditioning.
high price now too.
Yeah, they're
yeah,
very
fuel is
expensive. Very
expensive.
expensive one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is you don't use it all the time, Dan. You just only when the power goes out.
Well,
yeah,
So
yeah.
the
I
refrigerator
know.
keeps
But
running.
I mean,
sometimes, and then
the systems they have now, Dan,
yeah,
you would never hear it running. That's how quiet they are.
they're quiet, huh? They
But
just hum, huh?
like Sammy said, they're very expensive to
Right,
have those systems set up.
right.
Yeah.
See, I got a generator, but it's a electric generator that I have plugged in. So if I lose power, my CPAP still works, so I can
Yeah,
sleep. Because if I don't have my CPAP, uh, Sammy, that is a continuous positive air pressure
Hey,
machine. Because I stop breathing when I sleep. So with it on, I
right.
can keep breathing, and
Hey,
I
let me
can't
talk.
sleep without it.
I'm glad you brought that up, Larry. Let me ask you a question. Right. So, are you comfortable wearing the mask? Because I had so much problem with the mask.
Uh,
Lots of problems with the mask. Cannot get used to it. I already shipped my CPAP machine to the Philippines, by the way.
yeah, it took a little while to get used to, but I got used to it. And once I did, I could no longer sleep without it. I've been using a CPAP now for 22 years. I got my first one in 2000. I came back from China in 99, and I could not recoup from the jet lag. I spent 3 weeks in China, and I tried to get in to see the sleep specialist before I went, but I
Hmm.
couldn't even get in to talk to one until October, and I went in August. So I went in and talked to a specialist. They set up an appointment, and I wasn't going to get tested until January or February. And it snowed really bad one day in December, so I called up to see if anybody canceled because I was on the list to come in if somebody canceled, and they had canceled. So I went in, got tested. It turns out I stopped breathing 123 times an hour for 10 to 15 seconds each time. And like I said, a lot of this is also jet lag. I just couldn't recoup. And so they had me come back in January and they tested me again to see what pressure my CPAP machine should be at. And it was a 16. So my pressure is 16 and I sleep quite well now. I'm finally, I may have to use a chin strap if you know what I'm talking about to
Right,
keep your mouth shut because otherwise it falls open
right.
and the CPAP doesn't work as well. It dries out your mouth. you get better sleep than without the machine, but you don't get the sleep you should get with the machine. So I've been
Right.
trying to get used to wearing the chin strap. That's given me more trouble than the machine ever did.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because well, it holds your chin up and right here, and you got to strap it around your head, and it's got openings for your ears. But
Do you ever think about getting a also one of those things that go on your finger, oxygen sensor?
I've had that test done. It's been a couple of years back, but my oxygen level's fine. It's just that, like I said, I stopped breathing so much,
Right.
and
Has it helped?
oh, it's helped greatly. Like I said, I before when I got tested in a 10 hour sleep. All right, 10 hours in bed. I got the rest of what you would get for maybe 2 hours without the machine if you didn't have uh, sleep apnea. So try going 2 hours a night for months on end and see how you feel. I mean, you're not going to feel real well.
No,
I would
no,
fall
that's
asleep
right.
drinking coffee. I
So
had a job. I would set the coffee down on the table, and there was times I would spill it because I'd fall asleep as I was setting it down. I'd spill it on myself.
right, right.
That's like I said. That's after I went to China and came back because this, like I said, the jet lag exasperates everything. You
Hmm.
know, normal person has jet lag. Well, then, like I said, you take somebody with sleep apnea, the jet lag, the normal person may recoup in a week or two. You got sleep apnea, you're never going to recoup without help. And
I'll tell you, I just can't stand the mask.
oh, I got just a nasal pillow. It just goes in the nose. There's no mask
Yeah.
over it.
Well, they switched me over to that, so I have that set up. I'm just thinking, man, getting up to pee in the middle of the night, what a
Oh,
nightmare.
yeah, but it's not hard to take that thing off if all you got is the nasal. Hey,
Yeah,
believe me, I'm
all these
60.
hoses and
I'm
all this
68
crap
years
like you're a
old. I
machine.
can take that mask off, no problem. Get up and
Right,
piss. I mean, if I gotta go, I gotta go. It doesn't take
right.
me any time to take it off.
Yeah.
Uh, I
Hey,
leave the
so
chin strap on because that's a real pain to take on and off.
hey,
But
Peter Barbera has mentioned something here. He's saying about. I want to ask you this, Sammy. So I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but the batteries are nighttime use and the panels are daytime use. So you're saying your batteries, Sammy, last about 4 hours when you're running everything?
Yeah, I use it in nighttime.
Use that nighttime. Okay.
Yeah, because I would like to try that yeah, the capacity no, the how long the battery can last, because if you use in daytime, you can't measure the how long it can last, because the battery will still charging up through the solar.
Okay, I got it. I see.
Yeah.
So how's your internet doing, Sammy? I'm just curious about that. How's your
Mhm.
connection?
My connection here is awesome because I'm using now Wi-Fi, Kuya Dance, and I'm paying it for $35 per month, because
oh,
I paid that
You have
because
a sponsor. You must have a sponsor.
my dad is using, as what I shared in my live stream, that my dad is yeah,
Wait.
watching YouTube too.
you you
He's
need a
enjoying my TikTok. He's enjoying my TikTok. He's always saying that make a new TikTok. So make a new TikTok. Always like that. Yeah. Like,
That's fun.
mhm.
Very
now
fun.
you said it's $35 a month for your Wi-Fi. Is that
Yeah.
So
uh,
Pete, hey, look,
digital
Peter's
or
saying
is that
inverter generators are quiet.
fiber or what is it?
What's that?
I was wondering if
Uh,
she had fiber or if she had
LDD fiber.
digital. It's fiber.
Yeah.
Fiber's better.
Oh yeah,
And I
yeah.
have two cell phone here, one laptop, and yeah, my sister is connected to as well. My dad is connected, and then one of my nephew is connected to as well. And we both using the same time. We wasn't plugged out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I got
So
decent, but I use my
the other thing,
desktop.
Sammy, that might be helping you out there is you're not going to have a whole bunch of users on the fiber optic cable because they can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the money to pay for it. And so that means it's wide open. So I think that's also a good thing. We have fiber. We ran fiber optic cable to the house.
Well,
I'm supposed to get the $50 per month, kuya, but I think I can't afford it, so that's why I only get $35 per month.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
right now I think they have. I think we're on the. I think we pay $25 a month or something like that. 35.
That's
No, we pay 35.
mhm.
But I know that when I get there, I have the need for speed. I can't be controlled.
that's
See,
me
that's
driving.
yeah. And so I'm gonna have to get on the internet the information
I mean,
superhighway. But
for me, Dan, here in Virginia,
yeah,
I got a $44 plan, which is actually cheap,
it
but
is.
it's unlimited, and I can do anything. Like Sammy, I'm running my phones, I'm running my TVs, and it doesn't lag, it doesn't buffer. It's just enough speed for me to do what I have to do.
Mhm.
And like I said, I refuse to pay a cable bill anymore.
Oh, I
That's
know. I love it. Screw them, right? No
I
more.
stream everything.
No more $200 and $300 bills, cable bills for
I mean, because
useless crap.
Verizon, I about had a coronary heart attack when Verizon sent me a bill one time
Oh, they wanted
for internet
$75.
and TV. I said, y'all are out of your mind.
I
And I said,
know.
it's like they say on the commercials, cut the cord.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Verizon out here wanted $75 just for 5G. No
They
internet,
were
just
charging me,
5G phone.
Larry. They were charging me, Larry, for basic channels now. No HBO, no nothing, just basic channels, internet. And they wanted almost $230 a month. I said, y'all are out of your mind.
Oh, I believe you because, like I said, they wanted $75 a month just for the phone. And
You
it's
know, I
like,
didn't.
no, thank you.
There's
I
no
went to
use for a phone anymore because
But
everybody
I
gets a
mean,
cell phone.
$35, Sammy. My goodness gracious,
I got
you're
a
moving up in the world. High speed cable,
6.8
high
inch
speed fiber.
phone screen.
Hey,
Mhm.
Sammy, Shopali's asking a question there about Philippines still wearing masks. Are the
Um,
Philippines in public? Are they still wearing a mask?
some people wear, some people not. But for me, I prefer to wear mask every time I will go out because I would like to take care of my health. Because I'm so fast to be honest, guys, my immune system is not so not so strong. I get so fast coughing, and runny nose. So that's why I always wear face mask. Even the kagit is not here yet. It's not starting yet the what happening to the world. I don't like to mention it, Kuya Dance. And yeah, I'm always wearing face mask. I'm
Okay.
always do.
I kind of have the feeling that I might be doing the same thing when I get over there.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
Especially if you're crowded or in the dusty place.
I still do it here because being in a major metropolitan area like I am, um, I do it for my own protection.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Robert, are you
It's
at Virginia Beach or are you at Norfolk?
oh no, I'm about 35 miles from DC. I live in Herndon, Virginia.
Okay.
So,
Um,
And that's a
but
good distance. You're not too close, and yet you're close enough if you want to run in. Doesn't take any time
well,
at all.
it's actually starting to spill out this way. If you know DC area, people are
I
trying to
haven't
get
been there in
farther and
years.
farther and farther away, and it's congesting up all the areas around DC.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm comfortable out here. I love it. You don't have the traffic. You don't have the hustle and bustle of living in Arlington or Alexandria. I mean, you bumper to bumper traffic. Uh, it's just a little bit easier and laid back here.
The thing I like about DC is the Smithsonian's. The nice thing
Yeah,
about the Smithsonian's, if you like museums, they're
yeah,
all free.
oh
Every
yeah.
one of them's free.
Well,
And they're
they moved the air and space. The bulk of the air and space now is actually not even 2 miles from me.
oh, so
hey,
they've
They
don't
moved
they
moved
it
it.
have a
since I've
don't
been
they have
there.
a space shuttle on display?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the shuttle, the cockpit of the Enola
Yeah.
Gay. the Blackbird, all of that is
Wait,
over here in Dulles
Don't they
Airport
have the
now.
Spirit of St. Louis there too?
boy.
Yeah, they do. They got the Spirit of St. Louis. They
So
have the Apollo capsules.
it's probably been about.
Man, that's one place I got to go before I take off out of this here country.
You'll if you like museums, Dan, you will
Yeah.
love.
Oh, I have a
DC.
friend who's been there who told me that it's spectacular.
Go to you got
You
to go to the natural history one, Dan, because
Building after building after
it's got
building.
everything in there.
yeah, and
They
some of
even
those.
have in the main Smithsonian after 9/11. They did a recreation of what the ground looked like afterwards, and
They,
they actually took pieces from there and made a display in the museum.
Wow.
They
Hey,
also
did you
got the
guys know?
Holocaust Museum. They
Did you
got
know
the
that Russia
Native
built
American
a
Museum.
miniature space shuttle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So some kind of way, they had space shuttle plans, and they built a small one, right? And they only flew it once or twice to test it. And then they realized it was so expensive of a program to operate that they shuttled it, right, so to
yeah.
speak. And so I saw that when I visited Moscow one time. I saw that shuttle, and it's
They
pretty
were,
fascinating. You know,
when
it's
when
pretty fascinating.
when they finally retired our shuttle program. I remember because I was at work and we saw the plane coming in and the space shuttle was on top. They flew it to Dulles
Right.
and it did circles around the area of the DC, Maryland, Virginia area so
They
people
did
could
like a
see it.
salute. They did a lap,
Well,
right?
that and so people could see it.
Right,
A
so they
lot of
could see
people
it.
hadn't seen the shuttle before.
Yeah, they came right over the top of my work in Sacramento. They flew that bad boy just right over the top of the building.
You guys were lucky. I never got to see that.
It was amazing. I mean, I went out there with my camera. I started snapping pictures, taking video. It was absolutely amazing. Hey, Sammy, so Xiaopao Li is a gamer, right? I don't know. Maybe she's got 3 or 4 or 8 or 10 systems, internets coming into the house. I'm not sure. But is yours fast enough to keep up with modern gaming? Is your speed fast enough to
Your
keep up
internet
with
speed.
I have 50
internet
Mbps
speed?
and 50 Mbps kuya is a little, yeah, it's strong too as well.
Right.
And I try my speed, yeah, I try the meter speed. I try it, I try to check it, and I have speed of upload is 69 to 70. And what do you call this one? What is the other one that because they are, if you check the speed of your internet, you have to of that upload. What is the other one? It's almost
Download and upload.
Xiaopao Li's
download
cracking me
and upload.
up.
Yeah, sorry guys. Download and upload is almost the same. 69 to 70.
Wow.
I'm going
Xiaopao
to
Li's
check my download
she's
and
cracking
upload.
me up. Don't hold back. Don't hold back.
I mean, that's
I
why
feel,
that's
I
that's
feel
the
your
reason I picked
pain.
the plan I did because if I'm like streaming like I am with you now, I can still run my TV. I can still run other things and it doesn't lag and it
Oh.
doesn't buffer.
Mm-hmm.
So she's saying I'm not a pro gamer. I'm just gaming on a laptop or a phone. I thought you had like 3 or 4 internets coming in there. So if
Anyway,
one
Shupao,
burns up,
I connected to you. I subscribe your channel, Sophia Lee. Shupao Lee, rather. Why I Sophia
Xiaopao
Lee?
Li. You know, it's pretty amazing. You know how well. You know, as soon as right away I liked Xiaopao Li. I think Xiaopao Li knows that, right? Because for some reason, some people's personality it comes through right away. You know, it comes through right away. I mean, Kristen Sabu was a sausage fest until Xiaopao Li got
Well,
there.
don't forget Lady Chantress and Garden Travels.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't relate to her. I don't know why. You know, I think I just haven't gotten over there to the channel to immerse myself. You know, to figure out what
I'm
it's
just
all
saying,
about.
no, she was also in there, so it wasn't a sausage fest.
Yeah, but
But
what
she's something else.
Chopin
Now,
Lee though was a welcome addition, you
and
know.
then now you do know Smiley Wiley, right? Now,
Oh yeah,
Smiley
that's right.
Wiley is a lady boy. I
Oh
don't know if you know that or not.
yeah, what's that? Say that again.
She's a lady boy.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah. So
that
the
intrigues
joke
me.
about the pregnancy is just that. It's a joke.
No, I didn't know it until you said that right now, this second.
Okay. Well,
But
yeah.
I
She
find her
used
to
to
be a
tell
very
everybody I was her
intriguing
father.
person.
She used to
Yeah.
tell her, she called me Father Larry. And Mike, at that time it was Mike in the Philippines, but now it's Mike married to a Filipina. Uh, she called him Mother Mike.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. You got to remember, I've been on Chris and Cebu for years.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
I found
that's
Chris just before he started live streaming. And he was the first live stream. Well, if you watch my video, he was the first live stream I ever followed, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not because I never followed
oh
a live stream. And I enjoyed his walk arounds and the interaction with the other listeners or watchers, whatever you want to call it, and the way he
Who's Lady Boy?
interacted.
I heard Lady Boy. Who's Lady Boy?
Sammy Wiley, Smiley Wiley,
on Kristen Sabu, and I did
Chris and
not know
Cebu.
this. I did not know it.
She lives in the UK. She's from Cebu,
Wow.
but she lives.
Smiley,
Her
right?
mom live in the UK, around London area, somewhere in that area.
Hey, look at. I'm not the only one that's surprised by that. Check this out, Chopin Lee. For real, Larry?
Yeah, well, Chopin Lee's not been on there that long either.
Yeah.
Mm. Because me, I always if someone connected me or new subscriber to my channel, if they come to my live stream, I always say that I am a Lady Boy.
Well, she doesn't have a channel. We tried talking her into have a channel.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
Some of
well,
us did to show her life and stuff like that. And
uh-huh.
she said, she was afraid of being harassed. I guess somebody
What?
else was harassed about it. Yeah.
What?
You got to remember now, she's not in the Philippines. She's in England. And there are some backwards people there, just like there are here. There's backwards people everywhere. And
Right.
Of
so,
course, anywhere you go, you're gonna
yeah,
run
she
into
said
that.
anywhere. And she was afraid of being harassed about it. And
Sammy, did I hear you say that you don't hang around, you don't associate with lady boys? Did I hear you say that, or did I misunderstand you?
Yeah,
What?
I wasn't hung around a lot to a Lady Boy because to be honest, Kuya Dance, I am a late bloomer.
Yeah.
I am a late bloomer because I hide it because of my dad.
Oh,
I shoot out myself like this when I was 27-year old. So I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of friend. They are a lady boy, gay because gay and lady boy is not the same, Kuya Dance, because gay is always wearing like a man only. Yeah, like a man and then cut their hair like a man tail. Lady boy is
right.
wearing their like me that I'm wearing girl dress and have a long hair a little bit. And yeah, I have a lot of experience on that. They are if they get if you get mistake a little bit to them, they are going to backstab you directly, something like that. Something. It's for me. It's better that I have a man best friend. Yeah, than to have a best friend that a lady boy or a girl. No,
Right.
I prefer to have a best friend that a man that I can trust.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Hmm.
and
I find that to be very interesting.
yeah, my number one best friend here in YouTube, Kuya Dance, I would like you to know that is Kuya Sean. He
Sure.
know everything of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know everything of him too as well.
Well, you know what? You know what country is changing even quicker that way than the Philippines is Thailand.
Because
Thailand has a problem. They don't have many men. If you guys go
because
look,
it's common to the lady boy, Kuya. I would like to share this. It's common to the lady boy that they are get jealous to their to each one another. To be honest,
mhm.
but me, I'm not jealous at all. I don't care if how many boyfriend you have. The most important, I am happy.
Yep.
thing, it's interesting, but how it happened in Thailand was simply a lack of men. And so the women started setting up households with each other. And
Mm,
then, so you already had men living with each other. And then the population of men is something like 4 or 5% beneath the population of women. And
mm,
so they couldn't get together. They couldn't get together to find mates. So women started living with each other to form households, and of course, it's just an interesting thing that happened in Thailand. Very, very
mm.
interesting.
And to be honest, Kuya, I would like to share it here in your live stream. Since birth, I don't have
Wait, an
Filipino
exclusive,
boyfriend.
Yes.
an exclusive. We're all ears.
I don't have Filipino boyfriend since birth. I have a foreigner boyfriend. Maybe they are four already. Four, all excess. And
What?
we wasn't met in real life. Yeah. My first boyfriend, we spent around 2 years in a long distance relationship because his work is so hectic because he is a manager in Burger King. And my second boyfriend is so close to come here, but the pandemic hit, something like that. So he wasn't come here. Yeah, and then that's it. And they are all straight man. They are not bisexual. They are not gay. They are all straight, straight like
Gotcha.
yeah,
Straight as an arrow, we say.
yeah.
Well,
And I asked them that why me? I don't have a girl thing there down there. I have a small something there in upper, but yeah, I don't have something like that. You are a straight guy, and then most of them the same answer. We wasn't matter that the most important what is inside you. But they cheat on me. They cheat on me. I catch them. They are cheating on me. So bye bye. And then they are trying to come back on me, Kuya Dance. And then I always say that I never come back to my ex.
I'm disappointed. Some of my best friends are Filipino.
now, when I was in the Navy, 1/3 of my division was almost Filipino, 1/3
Kuya
black, and
Peter,
1/3 white. I was in supply. So it was
Kuya
very
Peter,
almost
I can
evenly
say that I
divided
am like
among the three races. And
my husband is my first two.
Peter's cracking me
Wow.
up.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
oh my gosh! It's turning into true confessions all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Uh,
I shared that before in my live stream, Kuya. Yeah, because I would like everyone can know, all my friends and followers that supporting my channel. I would like them to know what I am and who I am. And every time that they can hear someone backstabbing me in the chat or somewhere in the live stream, they are always defending me. And I'm so happy that I have friend like that.
that's
remember,
amazing.
Sammy, when I first met you on Dan's live stream, you told me I'm not a real girl. You told me that right up front.
Yeah,
And
Told
I
me
directly.
respect you for
told
that.
me also.
It's better to be honest. It's better to be honest because if you lie today, it's a big mess tomorrow.
Well, it's easy to remember the truth in a lie.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, if they don't like the truth, oh, well, that's the truth and they learn to live with it.
Yeah, and then I'm not
Amazing.
pleasing anybody else to like me, Kuya Dance, because it's so hard to please someone to like you.
Yeah.
I'll
Especially if you're
say,
lying about it. It's hard to get to, because they like to lie and then they meet you if you're lying to them and they find
True,
out you're lying, even though you might like them.
oh,
It's bye bye Larry or
true.
bye bye Sammy, and they're off on
Indeed.
their own merry way.
Yeah, indeed.
It's like I tell everybody, I'm Lazy Larry. All right, y'all know that that's my handle.
In my
And
present boyfriend right now, Kuya Dance and Kuya Laurie, I'm so
but I'm
happy
saying
because
though,
he's proud for what I'm doing, for what I am and who I am. He don't care, and then he is a straight guy as well.
yeah, I'm straight. But anyway, like I said, I tell everybody I'm lazy. Then they found out I'm not. They said, "Well, why are you lying?" I said, "It's a, it's just a name. I got the name, and I don't think Robert's seen my video. I got the name in my senior year in high school. I was working about 30 hours a week and going to school full time. And I had a shop teacher called me lazy because I never brought any work in. I wasn't interested in auto mechanics. I'd signed up for auto body repair, and the school decided not to offer it. It was the very first year of the school, and their infinite stupidity, they decided that if I wanted auto body, I had to want automotive. And so they put me in an automotive shop. So I took the class, did all the tests, and whenever somebody need help, he'd tell them, "Well, go get Lazy Larry. He's got nothing to do. He can help you. You know, where's Lazy Larry? He needs help over here." And so that's how I got the nickname Lazy Larry, a shop teacher.
Did you drop your link, Larry?
No,
I
no,
dropped
I
it
don't.
earlier.
I'm one of these people not real sure how to drop it, and I can't
I
even
dropped it
get into the
earlier,
chat part
Robert.
right now.
I'm gonna have to subscribe and connect to you, Larry.
All right,
I dropped it his link earlier, Robert, but it's
Yeah,
gone because yeah,
I'm scrolling down to look for it.
you can't see it anymore because the chat is yeah, there's a lot there.
Oh,
Individual
okay.
chat.
Okay.
Sorry for the Kuya Cha dance. Yeah. But to be honest, it's not good at all to a live stream like that, especially if you have a conversation or yeah, if you are talking a topic. To be honest, Ramses, I hope you don't offend. I hope that I wasn't offend you. Sorry.
you never offend me.
Yeah.
I'm just here.
Yeah, and Kuya Peter, you know my story, Kuya Peter, because you follow me ages already, Kuya Peter. Yeah, Kuya Dance, Ramses, having fun there. He's having fun, chatting individual.
Well, listen, I would say that this is an extraordinary group of folks. And so I truly appreciate everybody being here tonight. And but I'm wearing out, and I know I got to get up early in the morning, really early tomorrow
Yeah,
morning.
this is a long one for you.
This was a
Yeah,
long one, This
Kuya
was a
Larry,
really long one, but I've
What was
had, I
that,
think, the
Sammy? I
most
didn't hear
fun I've
you.
had in a long time.
But I appreciate it, Dan, because I do
Yeah.
enjoy your streams. I do.
Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate all you being here, but it's time to sign off and call it a night, and then
thank you
we'll
so
do
much,
it.
Kuya Dance, and to all of you there. Kuya Larry, can you please drop your link there if because
I don't have access to the chat for some reason. I can read it, but I can't chat in it.
Hmm.
I don't know how to. This is my first time on a live stream, so I really don't know what I'm doing.
Me
wait,
neither.
I will send your link to Robert later on in Messenger.
That's fine. Go ahead and send it to him.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Larry. Really, it is.
I see
Yeah,
it actually
I hope we
talking to
can do
you.
it
I'm not.
again. Let's make
you
a
before?
date. Do it again.
What was that? Is Dan frozen?
Same
I
time,
think.
same station.
Oh, there he is.
A little bit earlier if Chris and Cebu doesn't come on time, or doesn't come on at all.
I don't
Well,
think it came on at
Shopali,
all.
we appreciate you being here, and Daisy Lynn, Filipina Raquel, and
So
everybody.
much, guys.
Show pal, you have a good night now.
Yeah, good night, Kuya. Kuya Dance, good night. And to
Good
CC
night.
there.
Good night,
Yeah, bye for
everybody.
now,
Stay
guys. Bye
safe
for
Night,
and
now.
healthy
Dan.
and
Next
have fun.
time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Larry, for having me.
Hey, thanks
I
for
mean,
being
I mean, Dan. I'm sorry.
here.
You're welcome.
Thank
See
you,
you
Dan.
guys later.
First time